What's up, guys? ArtistVersion1 here, and welcome back to another episode of the Three-Way Dance. It is episode 11, and of course, you can't have the three-way dance unless you have three people. So joining me as always is Shelby, aka Shubs,
Hey, yo.
and joining me as always is Nick.
Hello.
You want to try that again, Mr. Abato?
Hello.
There we go. I know, Mr. Radio always coming in here like Mr. like outlaw and shit. All right, so we got a lot of show here to get to tonight. Of course, we're going to do the news cycle. Of course, we're going to do, we're going to talk about Double or Nothing, which I have 3 full pages of notes on. The most prepared I've ever been for a fucking show here tonight. Sports List of the Week, which is, we're basically having an AEW night here tonight. But 2 bits of things I want to talk about here tonight. First things first. I did a little short video about it on my YouTube channel, or one of the YouTube channels, I should say. But we now have an official Three-Way Dance podcast YouTube channel, which our podcasts will be delayed a week on there. So until that, if it ever, I should say, gains steam. So episode 10, last week's episode, will actually be posted on there this week, while episode 11 will be posted on my YouTube channel on Wednesday, and then we're gonna do that rotation like that. And also, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update here, and we're gonna all find out this update together, because I mentioned a couple weeks ago that I had a little bit of a I would say run-in with a autograph group, Gimmick Tree Entertainment. They got a little bit butthurt over the whole Sid Scissors incident there. And I sent them the podcast saying like, hey, this podcast mentioned you guys at around 2 minutes and 40 seconds and such like that. And they no-sold it. And so I sent them a message saying like, if you guys listen to it, then it basically just said, hey, don't block people after you accept their apology and such like that. About 5 minutes later, I hear bing, and it's them replying to it. I have not read this response for a week. I wanted to wait till we record this to read the response that they sent. So I'm going to open my phone right now, and we're going to read the response from Gimmick Tree Entertainment. Here we go. Sir, I was actually going to message you the other day and apologize to you. Holy shit. To you, because I didn't know that was your fit. That was your fit, that you did multiple different rooms. Someone actually told me that during the sale, so I made a note for them to DM you and tell them I apologize, and I would apologize to you afterwards and unblock you, because I didn't know that was your running joke. Holy shit.
Wow.
Sid was very upfront with us about not wanting to talk about that deal. Okay, fair enough. But I guess they never actually messaged you back to apologize to you. Holy shit. I did not expect that to go this way.
No shit.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, wow. I did not expect that to go this way. I really thought this was going to be a fuck you, buddy type of message.
I was a little worried.
Yeah, me too. I was worried the whole day. Like, I was like anticipating it the week, like, oh, this is going to be good when we read it. This is totally going to be like a fuck you, buddy type of moment and shit, but like, wow, I did not expect that and shit. And we like totally fucking, I wouldn't say I totally fucking buried him on that night and shit. So like, wow, okay, so I gotta take back some of the shit that I said about him that night. I can understand Sid not wanting to talk about that incident.
Yeah,
I can understand that. Yeah. That's completely understandable. So like, wow, okay, so like, I'll apologize for because I'll send them this one too then. I'll apologize for fucking burying them on that last episode. So I gotta do that now. So wow, because I did not expect that message to come through. So I really expected like, okay, buddy, fuck you. I
expected that we would be.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Did not boo sounder.
What's that?
I expected you to be playing the boo sounder reading that.
Yeah, exactly. I did not expect that type of message to come back through. All right. So with that out of the way, let's get into the news cycle here. And a lot of it is AEW related, but we do have some other stuff in here too. So let's go ahead and get the non-AEW stuff out of the way here. We're going to start with Shelby's favorite story of the week, and that is SummerSlam settling in Las Vegas. But the bigger news coming out of that is possibly John Cena is rumored to be possibly coming back to have a match at SummerSlam. But also, they are going to try and have a host for SummerSlam to try and get some more asses in the seats in Vegas and everything. And that host could be rapper Cardi B. So how do we feel about that?
I would rather it be Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I'll actually agree with that.
Yeah, but I think if they ever bring Bad Bunny back, he should have another match, not a host.
I don't think he needs to have another match unless he's going to make a full-time gig out of it. But
well, look at Maria Menounos. I mean, whenever she comes back and shit, you know, she tends to have a match.
Yeah, I suppose if it's like a one-off thing, it's, you know.
I mean, even people like Aleister Black are complimenting Bad Bunny, like he didn't cut any corners and such like that. And yeah, I mean, we all raved about his match at WrestleMania. I think if they ever bring Bad Bunny back, it should be for a match. But here's my thing with the Cardi B. I don't think she should be the host of SummerSlam because of her celebrity status or such like that. When Cardi B name was brought up related to WWE, and I'm not saying this because I'm a mark for her and such like that, but who went after Cardi B when her name was brought up? Who went after her?
Wasn't it like Molina or somebody?
It was actually Lacey Evans. Way off, but
way off.
Thank you for ruining that segue. But my point is, Lacey Evans went after her. So I'm just like, if you're gonna bring in Cardi B, why not have a program with the person that went after her on Twitter like that? Like they had a very heated exchange on Twitter, and right now you can't do that because she's out with pregnancy.
Yeah, I was just about to say you can't do that because she's out.
Yeah. You know, so that's the only thing I have against Cardi B hosting SummerSlam. I mean, if you're gonna bring her in, like at least like bring her in for the reason that, you know, she was even brought up in the first place.
How much heat is there between the two of them? Like, is there any fear that like Lacey Evans would just shoot on her?
I don't know if Lacey was like just being Lacey because there was that video, I think like last year or maybe like a year and a half ago where like she was quote unquote shooting on the Canadian police officer.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, where she was like, "I'm Lacey Evans. I do."
I do remember
But then it turned out that like the cop was in on it, and he was just letting her shoot a video and such like that.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if she was just doing that, or she was just like, "I'm just gonna fuck around with Cardi B," you know. And then
it's really hard to say.
Exactly, but if you go back and look at those tweets, it did get a little heated and such. So.
Generally speaking, I usually assume that it's a work, not a shoot, but you never really know.
See, you know, and the side topic here, you know, going back to McAfee and Cole, a lot of people didn't think that was real.
Felt really real. To me, that felt real.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that was really real, man. Like, Cole felt fucking shit.
When he was on his show and just like, I can't remember exactly what happened, but he ended up walking off at the end, like getting all heated and shit. That felt real.
And people were like, oh, this is obviously a work. I'm just like, huh?
I wasn't so sure that was a work.
Yeah.
Until it turned up on TV.
Well, I mean, I think they just ended up doing a match just because, like, oh shit, this got people talking. I don't think that interview was a work until they decided to make it a work. That's just my opinion. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. A little bit of Raw news. If you guys remember, a couple weeks ago, Mansoor actually debuted on Raw in a match against Sheamus and actually lost his 52-match win streak, and then all of a sudden disappeared. And I know you two guys are heartbroken about that, but the reason why he disappeared is because WWE actually wants to put some more beef on him. They want him to get some more size and work on his character before putting him back on TV. So the question is, why the fuck even debut him then?
Yeah.
I think it's I think it is along the same lines of Retribution and Raw Underground and every other kind of let's throw this at the wall and see if it sticks thing they've come out with over the past 15 months. And they just kind of, that week, they were like, okay, we're going to put him against Sheamus. And then they got to the next week and we're like, oh, shit. And then Vince was just like, we're going to get some meat on him, pal. He's not big enough and not sweaty enough.
But Humberto Carrillo is big enough and sweaty enough.
Well,
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Humberto Carrillo. You know, he's made a fan.
Humberto got jacked compared to what he was. Come on now.
That is true. I don't like the mustache. He looks weird with the mustache.
I don't see Mansoor coming back looking like Jinder, but as
you
long
never know.
as he speaking of which, where is Jinder?
Where is Shank? Yeah, where's Big Shank?
That's a name I want to see as world champion. Big Shank.
Big Shanky. Big Shank. All right. And the last bit of WWE news here, came out today that one of the WWE releases that was announced a couple weeks ago turned out might not be true, and unfortunately it was not Velveteen Dream. Fuck you both before you even think of anything to say to that. But it turns out Kavita Devi, the NXT star from India, may still be hired. The story turned out is that she went to India because her husband, which, damn, thought I had a shot there, had COVID, which is why she missed the Superstar Spectacular India Super Show, whatever the fuck it was, back in January. And she decided to stay there because the family needed her. And but now it turns, she's claiming that she is still part of the company. And if you go to the Performance Center website, her profile is still on file there.
Just don't pick up the phone.
But there are people claiming that she could also be in denial.
Well,
maybe that's what it is. Maybe they handed her papers, but she won't open it.
Yeah,
they called her and they're just like, Kavita, since you need to stay home in India and take care of your family, we'll just go ahead and release you from your contract. And she's like, I don't accept.
What? You're breaking up. I can't hear you. I'll be back to work in a couple months. Click.
She shows up at NXT like in a couple months, and they're just like, "We let you go." She's like, "I never agreed to that."
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
That was a rib.
I never agreed to that. I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, be like a Milton from Office Space type situation. She's just always there, always an extra on TV for some reason. Never acknowledged by commentary.
We fired her 3 months ago, but she just keeps showing up.
Finally, somebody realizes she's there. Didn't we fire you?
It's like how I don't know if you guys ever heard this story, but Honky Tonk Man once got paid for, I think he said like 3 or 6 months in WCW without even showing up.
I think the Iron Sheik did too, didn't he?
Because the story was apparently in WCW, it was basically like when he was there was essentially like a sign-in sheet. So when Honky Tonk Man quit, when he was like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here, I'm done," he left, but he knew somebody there with the sign-in sheet. So I think like he told him like, "Hey, sign my name." So they signed his name. So they took it as like, oh, Honky Tonk Man still works here. So they took it as like, okay, and whatever his base pay was and shit like that. They still sent him a check for like 3 or 6 months or however long it was. So,
oh, man.
All right. And I didn't write this down, but I'm going to mention it anyway. We've been on the air, and it's not a news bit. I just want to mention it. We haven't been on the air, but we've had 11 episodes now, and that is longer than most WWE tag teams have been together.
It's also longer than we expected it to go.
Exactly, yeah.
We figured by episode 10 it'd be over.
Well, we did. I did mention that in the little 2-minute video. We thought we'd evaluate things at episode 10, see if we want to keep going. But I think it's just one of the things we've just been having fun doing.
Yeah, we'll keep doing it until we're run out of time. Don't have the time.
That or just we're having fun doing it. It doesn't feel like a job or anything.
No.
We're just having fun doing it.
Yeah.
But the joke was that they split up Jackson Riker and Elias last night. That's what I was alluding to. Which I'm just like, huh? Like I'm just
I saw that,
and then I'm just like, Jackson Riker's the face in this?
Yeah, I was like, wait, huh?
Yeah, I was
that
just
guy.
Like, okay.
But it goes back to, I mean, look at what last summer was with Jackson Riker and the Forgotten Sons, and now we are here.
How ironic is that? And yet Velveteen Dream got fired. Whatever. We're not gonna talk about that. All right, so moving on to some other AEW news here, because it's going to be AEW night from here on out, except for it came from eBay. And our questions. Well, some questions are AEW related.
And the fact of the week.
Oh, the fact of the week is AEW too? Oh, nice.
No, it's not.
And don't forget the vintage picks.
No, I was saying that the fact of the week is
it's not
AEW.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the first one, let's address the elephant in the room there, because I wasn't going to bring it up in the pay-per-view play-by-play, and that is a new signee is in AEW. AEW will be getting a new show in August, I believe they said. But he's not there to wrestle. He is there to do analyst, not commentary. He's there to do analysis. And that is the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, is now part of AEW, or I should say Mark Henry is now All Elite. So
oh yay. Another cast off. Oh yay, Tony Khan threw money at you to talk, basically.
Hey, you know what? If he can get money off Tony Khan, all the power to him, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure Tony Khan's paying him more than Vince would have.
I fear, though, that this is gonna eventually Tony is gonna start to become another Dixie Carter, and it's
that's exactly where this is going.
Start to crumble.
But at least with Dixie Carter,
Kenny Omega's Jeff Jarrett in this situation, and
oh no, Kenny Omega is not the Jeff Jarrett in the situation. I'll talk about that.
Are you sure? Or is Cody the Jeff Jarrett?
Cody, yeah, I was going to talk about that later, but yeah, that's right.
Well, I have something on that too, because
I just, it's one thing. Dixie Carter brought in people like I'll use Scott Hall, Steiner, and maybe not so much Steiner. Well, yeah, fuck it, Steiner, Hall, and I'm trying to think of another name.
Did you say Nash?
Yeah, I'll throw Nash in there. Yeah. She brought in those people when probably Steiner was probably hit or miss. That's why I kind of was like negating on Steiner. But like she brought them in when they probably weren't at their best.
Yeah.
Steiner had some hit or miss, but like definitely Hall. Hall should not have been there.
Yeah.
At least like in the later days. Like when Dixie took over, like in the early days, I can understand why he was there, but like when Dixie took over, yeah, totally. And Nash, there was times where Nash was like there with damn, he had braces on his fucking elbows, and he would cut a promo and lose a fucking quad.
Nash.
So but at least like Khan's bringing in people like Big Show, aka Paul White, and Mark Henry. At least he's not making them wrestle. ... Yet.
Yeah, Paul White's commentary, though, and I was going to save this, but it's relevant right now. His commentary sucks.
No. Do not say anything about the commentary, because I got something to say about that at the start of fucking talking about that pay-per-view. Do not say anything about commentary yet. Shut up. Don't. Sorry, but no. Not yet. All right, moving on. Speaking of AEW, speaking of people coming into AEW, we got to talk about a couple people going out of AEW. And the first one going out of AEW is Awesome Kong. It looks like Awesome Kong no longer in AEW. Her contract was not renewed. You guys going to miss her?
They didn't.
I honestly forgot she was there.
What would you say, Nick? You two were talking over each other.
They didn't use her on TV, which is too bad because like they could have put her against Nyla Rose and had them like do a program, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of forgot that she was there. So I mean, can't miss what you forgot about.
Yeah, because like I saw the article today. It was like update on Awesome Kong, and Shauna was released as well. But I
forgot
really,
about her.
I really didn't think enough people would remember Shauna. I figure Awesome Kong was the bigger name in that one. But yeah, I was like, oh yeah, what is up with her? I wonder. I thought I was gonna click it and it was gonna be like, oh yeah, she's just busy with other stuff and she's gearing up for a return. Nope, they let her go. Sorry about that. Getting messages here. So, but no, they have actually let her go. So,
was Shauna that one that was against Statlander at that time, or Stratlander, or whatever her name is?
Stratlander.
Statlander, do not disrespect the alien.
Statlander, okay. Statlander.
I like Stratlander better.
I don't know. I think so. I believe so.
I'd really like to hear what Awesome Kong has to say about her release and her time in AEW, because I barely, until you mentioned it, I forgot that she even wrestled for them. Yeah. Apparently
the last match she had was in 2019 with them.
Was that at that pay-per-view, was it a tag match? A six woman tag?
I think it was.
Was that where she did? Yeah, because Aja Kong was in that too, wasn't she?
No, not that one. I think I read the last match was a match on Dark, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Which, that's hard to get lost in when you have, 47 matches in 2 hours.
Yeah. Wasn't Vicky Guerrero her manager? Or am I making shit up? Yeah, okay.
No, Vicky Guerrero was not Awesome Kong's manager.
No, it was Brandy Rhodes.
Oh, yeah.
The Nightmare Collective.
Because she beat the shit out of Allie, wasn't it? Am I remembering this correctly?
2 weeks. It was like for 2 weeks, because then Brandy freaked out and was with Luther. And then Luther freaked out, and he was suddenly without anybody, really, and then suddenly
Serpentico, or whatever his name is. But I have notes on Serpentico, whatever his name is, later.
All right. Note on that, too.
And the final bit of information here, a little bit of credit to A&W. I love root beer. Big credit to Diet A&W root beer, because it's delicious shit. But also big credit to AEW as well, because when they have a little bit of controversy, they kind of nip that shit in the bud kind of quickly here. Because Spanish announcer for AEW, which I'll be honest, I didn't even know they had a Spanish announce team, to be honest.
Well, that's probably because you don't speak Spanish.
I forgot about this, and I heard.
Hold on a second.
First one of the night.
But Willie Urbana, former TNA Spanish announcer, that I knew, fired, not released, straight up fired from AEW, because apparently during a commercial break, his mic was left on, so he was asked to quote unquote translate what Hikaru Shida was saying, and he proceeded to do a Chinaman accent type of deal there, and come to find out, that is very racist.
No.
Yeah, apparently that's kind of frowned upon these days.
Yeah.
And Shida took it very well, but obviously fans online did not take that very well, and because of that, he was let go. So I mean, WWE, obviously last week we talked about the Velveteen Dream stuff and that incident and such like that, and they sat on that for a year, even though they said he was innocent. But this was like what, a couple days, and they're just like, fuck it, fired.
Yeah, that was quick.
Yeah, you have to give him credit. And like, what was it? What's his name? Who was the guy last year? Jimmy Havoc, is that his name? They found out he did something to his girlfriend, like he hit her or something, and they were just like fired. Like they suspended him, and then they were just like, well, you're done with your suspension, but hey, you're fired.
Yeah, they don't seem to mess around on that. And I mean, PR wise, it's probably a good move,
Yeah.
So, can't argue there, really.
Oh, you know what? There's one. Oh, damn. There is one more news article I want to mention. Because of Nick's really disdain for Adnan Virk, and that is we had a new Raw announcer this week, and that is Jimmy Smith.
Yeah, who the hell's Jimmy Smith?
Apparently, he used to be an announcer for American Ninja Warrior.
Oh.
So what did we think of Jimmy Smith?
Of what I've seen of Raw so far.
I was about to say, it was quiet there for a second. I was like, I guess we hated him. I guess.
Of what I've seen of Raw so far, he's not bad.
Yeah, I kind of, believe it or not, I kind of got like a Joey Styles vibe from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really weird. I got like a really Joey Styles type of vibe from him, you know. Okay, all right. So, but is he an improvement over? Would you prefer Jimmy Smith over Adnan Virk or
1,000 times?
Adnan Virk, if you're listening, we miss you, buddy.
Yeah.
Boo! I can't make the same sound as
pour a little liquor out.
Adnan, this is for you, buddy.
Oh.
All right, so that was the news cycle for this week there. So let's get to our favorite game. It came from eBay, and that is where Nick and Shelby go one-on-one here, and I find some weird wrestling-related items from eBay, and we do a best 2 out of 3, and they guess the prices of them. Closest one wins. So let's start off with a usual fun one. Because Shelby says I say that a lot. So let's go with, you know what? Since Gimmick Tree Entertainment apologized, and the item that I was gonna bid on when I apologized to him was this, I found this one on eBay. So let's use the same one here, and that is a sealed 1998 Jakks Ringside Collection Honky Tonk Man figure. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Ringside Collection was a weird little blip in the radar of the Jakks figures there. This was the famous set that had the Jim Ross figure that didn't say Warzone, it said War Tony. It had a referee in the set, and it also had like announcers. But at the time, Honky Tonk Man was an announcer for a little bit, I believe, on Sunday Night Heat.
Really?
Shotgun Saturday Night. I'm sorry.
In 98?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, eh?
Mm-hmm.
That's how Rockabilly came to be.
Oh.
Yeah. So how much is the sealed 1998 Jakks Ringside Collection Honky Tonk Man figure going for on eBay, Shelby?
$30.
$30. Nick, how much is it going for? If you
60.
say fucking... Okay, go ahead.
60.
Nick, you get that one. It is actually going for $17.99.
How did I get it at 60 though?
Oh, did I say Nick?
I said 30.
My bad. I meant Nick Shelby. Freudian slip. My bad.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's go with, for the second one here, second of 3. Let's go with this one. No, you know what? I like this one better. Let's go with this one. 1991. It is a sealed WWF Superstars Hulk Hogan Frisbee. Now,
that's cool.
Now, what it is, it's not, it's not what you got. Picture in your mind what this item is.
Okay.
And
is it Hulk Hogan's face?
Oh, no. like I said, picture it, what it is in your mind, and what I'm about to describe to you is not going to match it. So what it is, it's sealed still in the packaging. It has the old WWF Superstars logo on it. And it's a Frisbee, of course. And it is Hulk Hogan's body, and he's doing like the flex and everything, but it's like an embossed 3D thing.
Oh.
But it's still a Frisbee.
Okay.
So, Nick, how much is this 1991 sealed Hulk Hogan WWF Superstars 3D embossed Frisbee going for on eBay?
I'm sorry. So it's shaped like Hogan? It's him, like...
Essentially, what? Yeah. It's essentially shaped like... So instead of like, you know how a Frisbee is kind of like just all plastic, you know, and then you can print something on the plastic.
Yeah.
This one is kind of like, it's plastic on the rim, so it's kind of like a Frisbee plastic on the rim. Then there's like an even thinner plastic in the middle, and that's where like, how can I describe it? It's like a kind of like a, if you were to flip it over, like flip the Frisbee over, it's kind of like a cake pan. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like, you know how you know how like a cake pan is, you put cake batter in, then you cook it, and then you like take the cake out, and then you see like whatever like you cooked in that cake pan.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but as a Frisbee.
So it's like a stencil, like a mold.
Yeah, but it's like a very thin plastic with Hulk Hogan.
Okay. All right then.
And this is still sealed. This is still sealed from 1991. Titan Sports, WWF Superstars.
$24.99.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. I actually had this price in my head before Nick said it. I'm gonna go with $26.
Shelby, you win.
Oh, hell yeah!
Because guess what? This is actually going for $299.
Oh my God. What? Oh my God! You gotta post a picture of this thing for us to fully understand it.
I'll send it to y'all after the show. If it's still available, nobody's bought it. And believe it or not, that wasn't even the ass blaster, because now we're gonna do the ass blaster. Yeah. So, and let's do which one here? I like this one. Let's do this one. Back in the early days of Raw, you would see like the ring crew, you know, like the cameramen and such like that. They would wear like those what are they called? Kind of like the Michael Myers outfits, you know, like the one piece.
Zip up. Like coveralls or overalls.
Something like that. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, I found one of these on eBay, and it's the WWF ring worn crew outfit, and it's the blue color, the navy or the light blue that WWF used to have, has the WWF logo on the back, everything. How much?
Is it signed by Tully Blanchard?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Not signed. This is not item. But how much is the WWF ring worn crew outfit going for on eBay, Nick? Even though you can't win, but
5,000.
Ooh, that was what I was gonna say. I'll go 10 grand.
Suck it.
10 grand.
Gonna win.
Yeah, I got the win anyways. So
yeah, but Shelby, you're 3 for 3 because this is actually $9,900.
Damn.
Wow.
Huh.
But now it's 7-4. Shelby's coming up.
You man. I'm making my way up.
You're making your way.
You're gonna get caught.
Walking fast, faces passing your homebound.
Hell yeah.
All right. Now, if I can find my notes on Double or Nothing, here we go. But before we talk about Double or Nothing, we got to talk about one of our sponsors. And that sponsor is repsports.com, where you can head on over and find yourself some great pre-workout, mid-workout, and end-workout material. Thank you for doing that during the promo. I appreciate it.
Sorry.
And you can get yourself some great pre-workout powder, and that is Broken Arrow. And they are now releasing the Galaxy Burst pre-workout, which takes
Galaxy Burst.
Thank you for doing that during the promo. But the Galaxy Burst is just like a Pink Starburst. So if you like your Pink Starburst and you want to drink it, then you can now get it in the pre-workout form and in the mid-workout form as well, because the mid-workout form is the Raise Energy drink, and you can get that in liquid and powder form. And if you have too much energy after that workout, if you're ripping out the back jack with the 24-inch pythons like Hogan does and everything, you can get yourself some hyper sleep, and that'll put you down real quick after that workout. And also you can find t-shirts, hats, sweaters, hoodies, all that good stuff. And if you go over to repsports.com and use the checkout code, thank you again. Why are y'all fucking with the promo? Why are y'all doing this? Yeah, do y'all not like Rep Sports or something?
It's not intentional, I promise.
If you go over to repsports.com and get any of these items, Raise Energy Drink, a t-shirt, a sticker, anything like that, and use my checkout code ARTIST. I did try changing it to 3-way, but they would not allow me to do that. But if you go over there and use it, what is it with you two today? This is the 4th time you've interrupted the promo.
I think that was the 5th, actually.
If you go over to repsports.com and use my checkout code ARTIST, ARTIST, you will save 15%. And if you don't, I don't know why at this point. I mean, because it is to, I guess. You can talk to these two about something, but if you do use it, please do. Get yourself some Raise Energy Drink. Let me know how you like it because it's delicious. And let's move on to Double or Nothing before these two interrupt me again. All right.
You used to be fun, man.
Well, I mean, like, it's one thing when y'all interrupt it and make it fun, but now Nick is just like, just like, what the shit are you doing?
Oh, God.
Okay, so Double or Nothing was held on Sunday. AEW. This is our first time reviewing a AEW pay-per-view, guys. We've only done Fastlane, WrestleMania, and WrestleMania Backlash. So this is our first time.
This is the first AEW pay-per-view I've watched in almost 2 years.
This is probably the only AEW pay-per-view that has been since we started doing this.
Yeah, but like, isn't AEW like your thing, Shelby?
No, actually,
it's like NXT's your thing. That's right.
Yeah, which I'm not even watching NXT these days. But anyway.
All right, so the first note I want to mention here is that, like, for 1, 2, 3, 4 matches out of 9, okay, was this like guest commentary mania? Because the first match right off the gate,
Callis, Taz.
First match right off the gate, they had Taz on guest commentary. Second match in a row, they had Don Callis. Third match, they had Paul White. And then later on, they had Don Callis again.
Yeah, there's a lot of guest commentary.
Also, I might get some heat for this, but listen, we all love them. Don't get me wrong. And probably if we name our 10 favorite matches, I'm going to take a line from Excalibur here, and that is if we all name like our 10 favorite matches, I'm pretty sure Jim Ross has probably called a couple of them. But like, can we just all admit that Jim Ross is just a shell of him former self in AEW?
Oh, it makes me sad.
Because I mean, look, I love Excalibur. I've always been a Tony Schiavone mark ever since WCW. Like, because to me, one of the best, everybody praises Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler, which don't get me wrong, great announce team. But like, I'm a firm believer in like Tony Schiavone and Bobby Heenan should be praised up there with them. But like Jim Ross and AEW, I'm just like, dude, how big is that check?
Must be pretty big.
I will say with Tony Schiavone, I actually started following MLW because of Tony Schiavone. Because he was doing early commentary in the early MLW days,
a
few years back when they first resurrected it. And then when he signed with AEW, I was like, Schiavone. And then it was like JR, and now JR just sounds like... I especially hated, too, when he was like, oh, Kenny Omega, the greatest wrestler in the world. I'm like, but you said Randy Orton was the other day, and then Kenny bitched about it. So now you've changed it, obviously, because they beefed up your paycheck. Like, his paycheck is obviously high. And
I mean, he's not going to say that Randy Orton's the best wrestler in the world on a fucking AEW show.
How great
but he shouldn't have had to say it about Kenny Omega on the show. Like, he shouldn't have had to.
How great if that had been if Don Callis would have been like, Kenny Omega is the greatest wrestler in the world, and then Jim Ross is just like, except for Randy Orton.
That would have been incredible.
Yeah. That would have been fantastic. The next segment, JR is not on commentary anymore.
Also, the amount of people, and I know we're supposed to be talking about this show here, but the amount of people that shat on JR for saying that was just fucking stupid. Like he had just gone up and shot Kenny Omega. It's like he didn't even really say anything bad. He said, in his opinion, Randy Orton was better, but Kenny Omega was up there.
The thing is Kenny Omega is the boss, or he considers himself the boss, and because of that, he gets to make every decision and hold everybody down. And
but he you know, again, differences of opinion. I do think Kenny Omega is better than Randy Orton.
Okay.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. You did. And we're moving on.
All right, so with the commentary out of the way, that's why I didn't want you to say anything about commentary about AEW until we got to here, because that's what I wanted to mention.
Are we just talking about the commentary now? Because if we are, then Paul White was probably the worst.
Then we'll get there. We'll get there when we get to matches.
All right, fair enough.
I just wanted to mention that, like, the first 3 matches in a row had fucking guest commentary.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to mention the Jim Ross, because that was like the first note that I wrote at the top of the paper was like, Jim Ross is just here? Question mark.
I don't think he knows how to call this shit.
No, I think he knows how to call it, but he's just like a shell of him former self. He doesn't have, like, I understand he's older. You know, I get it. You know, but like go back and again, use one of my favorite matches of all time, and that is Undertaker and Jeff Hardy. Go back and listen to that shit. Okay?
Yeah.
And then go listen to him call like Bucks versus Lucha Brothers. It's not the same.
Yeah.
You know? All right. So the first match on the card with guest commentator Taz is Brian Cage taking on Hangman Adam Page. So, what do we have to say about this match?
Stay in the ring. Oh my God. How much time did they spend on the outside of the fucking ring in this match?
Really? Did they?
Yeah. They spent a lot of time. Not as much as the second match, but they spent a lot of time on the outside.
I didn't think they spent that much time, considering the rest of the
show.
Card.
Yeah,
the show.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, we are talking about like the first match.
I
don't
know. Like,
when it comes to Cage, here's my thing with Cage. Sorry.
Yeah.
In Lucha Underground and Impact, I thought Cage was just like, wow, this guy.
He was a beast, was he not?
Exactly. That's what I wrote. Lucha Underground Impact is great. But in AEW, it just felt like he just took a couple steps back, and I don't know if that's his fault or AEW's booking fault. You know? Maybe a little bit of both.
I don't know if they should have saddled him with Taz, and I think they're starting to realize that, and I think that's why this imminent breakup, by the looks of it, is coming.
Brian Cage, to me, seems more like Grape Ape from the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons at this point.
And then he had that stupid... Who was this other guy in Team Taz?
Yeah, who the fuck?
There was Ricky Stark, Powerhouse Hobbs, Brian Cage, and this Asian dude, the BTS guy.
No. So here's the story of that guy. So that guy is Hook. Hook is Taz's son, who is being trained by Cody Rhodes at the factory.
Okay. And no fucks were given.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
I actually wrote down, when is Hook going to wrestle? That was one of my few notes for this match, besides the Grape Ape comment and Brian Cage's stupid armor. It looked like he picked it up out of like a yard sale or a trash can.
Now, here are some notes I wrote about the match, and that is that pancake spot that Cage did from the top was really awkward looking. And they sold it like it was like the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
The German suplex by Cage was pretty sick.
German suplexes scare me now. Yeah. After, like, I mean, how do you protect your head on a German suplex? You're really throwing your trust in the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, German and any kind of suplex where, you know, your back is to their stomach and they're throwing you backwards. You got to tuck your chin, but if they throw you too high, you're going to hit your head. Yeah, you're gonna hit your head.
But it's still, but I think sometimes that adds to it. You know, I just think, I mean, if you hurt yourself, you hurt yourself. I mean, that's part. It's as the cliche goes, it's not ballet. You know.
Yeah, but there's some injuries that I don't think need to be. Don't need to happen, and I think pile drivers are a lot safer than German suplexes, in my opinion. If a guy knows how to give it and a guy knows how to take it, even the styles clash. I think if AJ knows how to give it, and he does, and the guy who he's giving it to knows how to take it, I think it's safer. You know.
And the last thing I want to mention here, is that the buckshot lariat. Now on paper, this thing looks cool, but but it's like the worm. You know, we all love the worm. Don't get me wrong. All right, we all love the worm, but it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Because Cage saw this fucking move coming like a mile away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but overall, I will say that I still had fun with this match. I thought it was still a good match.
Now, you were talking about how much commentary there was on this. How many interferences in matches were there on this fucking show? There's only 3 matches I can think of that didn't have interference in them, and one of them was the football fuckery, which is technically a no disqualification.
Now I said,
but it did have interference in it. Tully Blanchard.
But that's no disqualifications. Anything?
No, I don't care. I don't care. At this point, everything.
His interference was blocked, though. We'll get to that.
Yeah, but like
I want to mention that I said I had 3 pages of notes. The whole 3rd page is just all stadium stampede.
Football fuckery too.
Yeah. All right. So overall, though, did y'all like the match? Did y'all like Page versus Cage?
It was okay. I had a lot of disconnect on this pay-per-view, and I'll kind of get into it later. This one wasn't such a big offender of it, but anyways.
I'm glad that they're finally that they are going to build more traction off Cage splitting away from Taz, because Taz is just not that poor bastard.
The poor bastard club.
Like, the paydays must be big if they're
they must be
willing to be shells of even their. Like, Taz is a shell of late 2000s Taz on commentary, and that's bad. And that's
have you heard his, like, all he and Excalibur do on, like, Dark is just
argue.
That, and they make inside jokes.
Yeah, like, you might as well be listening to a podcast at that point, because you already know who's winning the match.
Yeah. Yeah,
I can't even watch Dark anymore. When Dark first started, it was fantastic. They'd have like 3 or 4 like really great matches, and now they put like 87 matches into like an hour and a half show, and I'm just like, I can't watch this.
87 matches for 87 staples.
Yeah. But Nick, did you like the match though?
Yeah,
I thought it was a good opener. I thought it was pretty good.
It was something to get the crowd hot, and that was good because it did.
Yeah, it did. It definitely.
But still, we should mention that this was the first fully packed crowd for AEW in over a year. So I mean, like, pretty much. I mean, you could have put, the Cody match as the opener, and it probably still would have been hot.
Oh,
yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. I won't say anything. But I even though Shelby's not a fan of it, I thought it was a good match. All right. Okay. All right. The second match on the card with Don Callis as the man. We're gonna have some polarizing shit with this match then. You both went when I mentioned this, but my notes are really gonna okay. Don Callis is a special guest commentator, but I will say this. Let me start off right off the bat. We have Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley versus the Young Bucks for the AEW Tag Team Championship. Right off the bat, I wrote, I don't get Kingston. And by which I mean, listen, I'm not saying Eddie Kingston is a terrible wrestler, terrible worker, or anything like that. I just don't get what people see in him. Like, I hear all this fucking good shit about Kingston. Like, oh my God, Kingston's so great and he's fucking wonderful and great. I don't see it in the ring. Like, I don't see this guy like, oh my God, he should be the world champion, or like he should be the guy. And that's something I should mention right now. There is a guy on this card, and I'm going to talk about him. We haven't talked about him yet, but there is a guy on this show that I believe could be the fucking face, the guy of AEW. And I will talk about him when we get to him. I'm not going to tell you who he is yet.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Well, don't mention it yet. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Right? But Kingston's not it. Kingston, I think, is a great mid-card guy.
Kingston's a good hand.
But, like, people went fucking bonkers for this guy.
But they were going nuts. That hot tag, especially.
Oh, yeah. I don't. He's not a bad guy. I don't have any. He's not like a fucking Del Rio or Butcher to me. I don't hate him. But, like.
His Bad News Bears jersey was sweet.
I just don't get what people see in him. You know?
He throws some weak ass fucking chops, I'll tell you that much.
Well, when it comes to the machine gun chops, they get a little weak.
And I mean, he's kind of tubby.
And
I'm fat too, and I think I could throw a pretty good chop if I wanted to.
There's a difference between being healthy and tubby. Like Kingston's tubby.
I don't know if I'd call myself healthy.
I also wrote, I love flippy shit.
Oh, that's the difference. That is the exact fucking difference.
I wrote down that someone or something throw up on the Young Bucks because that gear looked awful.
Oh,
like,
no,
I needed
dude,
to know that was a pocket.
I wrote down pockets where it just said pocket where the pocket was.
That pissed me off.
Oh
so
yeah,
that's
that was
a pocket
so
I
stupid.
wrote.
I love that where it just said pocket where the pocket was. I love that.
And I also noticed too, like Moxley started drinking somebody's beer from the crowd, and I'm like, during a pandemic, and you're drinking somebody else's beer.
Oh,
that's good.
According to Florida, pandemic's over.
Yeah. Didn't you notice not a single person in that crowd was wearing a mask?
Not true.
I'm exaggerating a little bit, but there was not many masks.
And like
the shuffle up front there, they all had masks on.
There were a couple.
Didn't you like? I forgot which Buck did it, but didn't you like the Savage tribute, the Savage taunt?
That was not a tribute. That was them shitting on Savage and Hogan. It was the fucking stupidest thing ever. They looked like fucking goofs.
That and I also loved Matt Jackson's
spoof was good.
The what?
The Shield spoof.
Yes, I wrote that down too. Yes, the Shield tribute.
I missed that one.
They had Moxley down, and both Matt and the other one, I forgot, Jack or whatever his name is. Dick, thank you. They both put their fists together like they were the fucking Shield.
Oh.
Yeah. But also
the power bomb. The Roman thing. Ooh.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, so they were getting Moxley up for a power bomb, like the power bomb, and I think Nick had him ready for a power bomb, and Matt did the Roman taunt, and then Mox got him in the face, and then I think that's when Kingston came back, or maybe that was when Kaz came in. It got really spotty there.
Also, I liked
Anderson came in.
I liked Matt Jackson's fake tag spot where he knocked out Moxley and then got in his corner and was just like cheering on Kingston to tag him and shit.
It's a pretty nice spot, I will admit.
That was fucking great. And what else? Okay, we did the Shield thing. Oh god damn it! Is Moxley trying to be the new Ric Flair?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean by that?
The blood.
Yes! Oh god, you get it. Does he have
was
blade in every fucking match?
He looked to me like when he had that eye bulging, here's my teeth, look on his face, and there was blood everywhere. I was just like, man, he looks like something out of the Toxic Avenger cartoons.
Not even that. Damn, I can understand in a barbed wire exploding or sparkly death match, I can understand that you have to blade in that. But like,
but he
dude,
didn't have
this
to
is a
blade
tag
because
match.
of being.
Yeah.
He didn't have to blade because of being spiked by an aerosol can from the Cucamonga kids.
Exactly. You know, like I'm just like, damn. Next week he's gonna be in a fucking interview and he's just gonna blade himself. I'm sure.
And did you notice how the Cucamonga kids botched the Meltzer driver too when they went to replay? They didn't actually. So I think was it Kingston they did that too?
On the ramp?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he didn't do the flip.
I thought it was Moxley.
Well, whoever it was, they didn't actually touch the ramp, and when they went to replay, you could tell how protected.
Oh, so you were mad that they didn't try and kill Moxley?
Bump. No, but they just made it look like a house show.
If you're gonna make it look like shit, then don't fucking do it.
Don't replay it. Is what I'm saying.
That too. If it looks like shit, don't fucking replay it.
There was a sequence that I liked where Moxley had the sleeper on one of them, and then fucking dude moved out of the way, and then the other buck hit a 450 on him. I thought that was superb.
Yeah.
That
was good.
Now I'm gonna say a 2-word or a 3-word, however you decide, and I'm gonna gauge you guys' reaction. This is probably gonna decide where we stand on this match here. You ready?
Yeah.
Dior's Day device.
The shoes. Those shoes are ugly, but I actually liked that comment, so.
I hate you both. I thought I always mix up the Bucks, but when Moxley went for the paradigm shift and that one like flipped over, landed on his feet, I thought that was pretty sweet. And I will say this, I don't like the BTE trigger.
No, I don't either.
I don't like that. But I think this is where we're going to disagree, and that is like I thought this was a fun match.
This was horrible. It was a fucking no disqualification tornado tag. That's all it was.
I liked it. I thought a lot of the spots were great. I liked a lot of the taunts. I liked the Matt Jackson fake tag spot. I thought that was fantastic. I liked it. Y'all got to understand, I watched this pay-per-view twice. And that was once for fun, you know, like to watch it, and once because I had to fucking write notes. So the only thing I didn't really like was Dior's Day device, and the fact that you two chuckled at that. I'm pissed. But I don't see why you two didn't like this match.
It didn't need to be so spotty, but
and so
it was
long.
A good match. Yeah, that was too long.
Holy
it
fuck.
Didn't need to be that long.
No. And they spent more time fighting on the outside than the previous match.
It's because the Cucamonga kids needed to make sure they were on pay-per-view.
They make the refs look stupid in every tag match they ever do. I mean,
well, when they own stuff, they called for the bell.
Yeah.
One of them called for the bell. That pissed me off. I will bring that up. How is it that one of the competitors in the match, after they've just beat the hell out of their opponent, the one they want to start the match with, how is it that he can call for the bell? The ref just stands there with his arms at his sides, like, duh.
Yeah,
and the bell rings, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Like that? We just wasted all that time when one of them just could have thrown up their hand, motioning for the bell, and we could have actually had 5 minutes of a match already." Like,
when you have a heel fucking thumb in the eye to a fucking baby face, your ref should have some kind of reaction. Here, the ref just watched it happen, didn't say anything. Didn't react, just watched it happen.
I won't get paid as much if I say it's this.
Okay, I'm done talking about this match.
Oh, yeah, and I want to say, I want to mention this about the tag match. I get a message from Shubs here that he's watching the pay-per-view. I'm walking around fucking Walmart while this is happening. And I get a message from Shelby that says, "Did I miss the podcast?" I'm like, what fucking podcast are you talking about? Like, what podcast? And he's just like, "We still have a podcast, right?" I'm like, now this is Monday. mind you. And we record these on Tuesday night as we're doing. So I'm just like, out loud, I'm like, motherfucker, it's Monday. So I write back to him. I'm like, dude, it's Monday, and we record these at night because heaven forbid they let me do this fucking early. And I'm like, one, it's Monday, and two, it's 1:45 in the afternoon. And he's just like, oh, because like years passed since this match. I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill him. Fucking kill him right now.
Oh,
Canadian border. Like, what's your business in Canada?
I'm gonna kill Chubbs.
All right, moving on to match number 3, which I thought was on the fucking. Oh yeah, did y'all watch the buy-in?
No.
Because I skipped it this time because I didn't think y'all were gonna watch it.
No.
I went to the buy-in because I thought this match was on the buy-in, and I was really pissed that it wasn't. But the Casino Battle Royale, which is AEW's take on the Battle Royale, which I kind of like. Where they shuffle.
You know what? It's kind of a cool concept. I did like the idea of this Battle Royal. It's a spin on the regular Battle Royal. With
our guest commentator, Paul White.
Who is like the worst guest commentator they had all night. I'm sorry, I could not understand a word he said because of his voice being so deep. He just should not be on commentary.
So Max Caster had already been in and out of the Battle Royal, and like Anthony Bowens comes out. So the Acclaim's music hits again. Anthony Bowens is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Paul White on commentary. Oh, that's Bowens, I would assume. I'm just like, no. You were only talking about how his tag team partner was eliminated not 5 minutes ago.
Like, when you have 87 stables in a fucking company, Nick, it's hard to remember.
But I mean, there's
the Acclaimed is a tag team.
Well, still,
and there is no reason why you point out he pointed out the obvious to me way too many times. His delivery was too bland. Like he just was shit on commentary.
That's not what he's good at. He's not a good commentator.
No.
Mark Henry's going to be just as bad, to be honest. But
Well, is he going to be a commentator though? They said analyst.
Analyst commentator. What's the difference? Really?
But here's the thing, though. Big Show went from WWE to fucking being a commentator and shit like that. Whereas Mark Henry actually had like a podcast or radio show before. Like he's on Busted Open Radio, so like he actually has like some type of experience before jumping into the booth.
Okay, yeah, but it's still like.
I'm not saying he's going to be good, but at least he'll have like some basis.
Make it obvious that you are just doing jobs in a company for money. And that's what it seems like Big Slow is doing, or Paul White, or whatever you want to call him now. Captain Insano.
Yeah, and grow your fucking hair back, you bald bastard.
Rude.
He looks like a giant Humpty Dumpty. He looks like a giant Humpty Dumpty with a really shitty mustache.
Okay. All right. Now
so they got Christian's old music back.
I will say that Max Caster, that opening rap was sick.
Oh my god, that was
Christian, you used to be sick when you used to have an edge. That
was a good line, but like I thought the whole thing was pretty boring and stupid.
What?
I mean, he took forever to come up with shit. He should not be rapping.
Yo.
He says yo like 100 times.
That's part of the gimmick, though. That's part of Max Caster's
What, that he's terrible rapper?
It's part of the Acclaimed that he has to build up the crowd. So that's part of the hype thing to it. And at least from what I am able to gather.
And can we induct another person into the AEW Poor Bastard Club, and that being Matt Sydal? Can we just talk about how, like, it seemed like when they brought him into AEW, they were just going to build him up, and then that one little fuck-up he had, that missed Shooting Star Press, just fucked up his whole life.
Yeah, Caster brought it up again.
I know. That's what made me remember it, because I wrote down Matt Sydal, Fall from Grace.
Yep.
Like that poor guy. If I were Matt Sydal, I would have just left the company by now.
Mark Camarado? Am I saying that right?
Nick Camarado.
Okay, that's the big bastard.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, he looks incredible.
That's
looks like he could fucking eat somebody.
That's what I wrote down.
Yeah.
Nick Camarado, great look.
Yeah, I honestly, I kind of want to watch that bull rope match with him and Dustin. I really think that might be something good.
I'm really excited for that.
I wrote Private Party needs to be on their own. I don't like this. I don't like Big Money Matt. I don't like Hardy. What is it? Hardy Family Office, whatever the fuck it's called.
HFO, yeah, it's stupid.
I don't like Big Money Matt. I don't like the gimmick and shit.
No. Mark Quinn's hair looked like it was something you would scrub dishes with.
I like the hair. But that's the thing. The hair works for Private Party. Not for
HFO.
Hi, I'm here to do business.
Yep.
You know, and that's why Private Party needs to be on their own. Nick Camarado looked good. Why the fuck was Serpent whatever the fuck his name is in the match and not Luther?
Serpentico is looking like Luther's. Like the way he was being dragged out. Like I was just like, so Luther's in the match and then Serpentico's in. I'm like, why?
And the same thing goes for Evil Uno. I love Evil Uno, by the way, but like where the fuck is Grayson?
Yeah. Why was and Colt Cabana? Over like, so you had Preston Vance, you had Colt Cabana.
Colt was in there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sorry,
Preston
I misunderstood
Vance,
what you're saying.
Cabana. It was Colt, Preston, and Evil Uno from the Dark Order. Yeah,
and that other guy that's really over in the Dark Order. That what's his name?
Alan Angels?
No, not Alan Angels.
John Silver wasn't in it.
John Silver, thank you. John Silver.
He wasn't in it.
That's what I'm saying. He should have been, though. He's like one of the most over guys in the Dark Order.
Except he's hurt.
Oh, is he? Okay, I was unaware of that.
Hurt, yeah.
And I also wrote down Brian Pillman Jr. needs to be on his own.
Yep.
Think so?
I think so.
Yep.
He doesn't need Garrison. He doesn't need this fucking... Or he doesn't need Mystic Garrison. He doesn't need him. I think he can... I think he could do it for a while, but I think he could live off his dad's name for a while and then kind of build something on his own.
I'd like to see them get a tag title run, actually. I kind of like the look of them. I like the what do they call them? Not the Hollywood Blondes, but
Varsity Blondes.
Varsity Blondes. That's right. Yeah, I'd be interested in it.
And Anthony Bowens, going back to what Nick said when he came out, just shows that Anthony Bowens is definitely 1,000% the fucking Jannetty.
Yep.
Because when he came out, no fucks were given.
Crickets.
Yeah, pretty much. And listen, I like Jungle Boy. All right, and I was shocked. I wrote down "Shock Jungle Boy 1." You know, spoiler.
I like the song, though.
I like the song. But, like, here's the thing. I like Jungle Boy. Great wrestler. Again, nothing against Jungle Boy and everything, but why aren't they banking on Luchasaurus? I think Luchasaurus could be the guy as well. Is he the guy that I think could be the face of this company? No. Not him.
No.
But I think if Luchasaurus would have went over in this match, oh god, I've been hyped. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad Jungle Boy got the win here. I honestly thought this whole match was built for Christian Cage to win.
I thought it was too, but Jungle Boy winning didn't actually surprise me, to be honest with you. And I think it was a better result than Christian.
And then the last thing I wrote down here was AEW just wasted money on Lio Rush.
I am starting to worry that Jungle Boy is only over because of the song at this point.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I honestly think him and MJF are the future of AEW.
I think MJF should have been world champion. I think he should have been the one that took the title off of Moxley, but that's
not yet.
Yeah,
not
me
yet.
Too.
Not ready
Isaiah
yet.
Cassidy in that scream when he took the spine buster was great. But like, there was no what a waste on Lio Rush.
Yeah. He came out, got a good reaction and everything like that, and then he was in the match for under a minute?
I wrote underwhelming surprise.
Oh, it wasn't even a surprise.
I thought it was a good surprise to have him come out as a Joker card and shit like that. But I like, why have him fucking come out and just use him for a minute? Like, why waste that fucking money on him? If you were just gonna have him come out for that amount of time, fucking have him come out with the Spades or the Clubs or whatever the fuck.
Well, he is signed, is he not?
No.
Oh, really?
He's on a handshake deal.
Oh,
He signed with
assumed he was
MLW.
signed. Oh shit.
He's the MLW middleweight champion or whatever the fuck.
Then that was a really big waste if that's his only shot in AEW. What the fuck?
Like, if you're just gonna have somebody come in as a Joker card and have them be in there for a minute, why not make it somebody like on your roster that, you know, fucking is a name? Like, have it be like fucking Trent Beretta or
Luther,
Sexy Chucky T or Luther or somebody. Like, fuck, like, sorry, somebody who, you know, fucking whatever. I just didn't get that. I didn't get that.
Yeah.
You know, but I just, you know, again, good for Jungle Boy. Is just that, like, I think Luchasaurus is like one of the best Lucha Underground matches, believe it or not, is Johnny Mundo versus Vibra, aka Luchasaurus, and that's a match that's not talked about. Go and watch if you can find that match, Johnny Mundo versus Vibra, fantastic fucking match. But anyway, all right. So, but the overall, I thought the eliminations came a little too quick too. I thought people were getting eliminated just a little bit fucking too quickly.
Yeah.
It's like, yay, Evil Uno's in. Oh, he's gone.
The thing is, when you have this many matches too, and some of them go as long as they did, you're kind of pressed for time. You know.
Well, speaking of pressed for time, what'd y'all think of the Battle Royal? Did y'all like it?
It was all right. It wasn't a bad Battle Royal.
But speaking of pressed
for time, for.
Oh, go ahead.
It was fun for what it was, but yeah.
Speaking of pressed for time, that leads us to the American Dream or Nightmare or whatever the fuck he is now. Cody taking on Anthony Oingo Bongo.
How many matches has this guy had?
Who, Oingo Bongo?
Yeah, Oingo Bongo.
Good to see that the 80s are making a comeback. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think he's had like 3.
Yeah.
It was his 3rd match in the company, yeah.
I just wrote, I have 2, like I said, I've had 3 pages of notes here. And the first 3 matches took up like 75% of my first page. I have 2 lines for this match. And I wrote Oingo Boingo, American Dream / Nightmare ? I'm like, what the fuck is he? I don't even know anymore. Was bored by the match. And I wrote Vertebreaker ? Since when the fuck is he using the Vertebreaker?
That I think was the first time, and that I wrote that too. Vertebreaker ? I think Agogo should have won. They've botched this whole feud with Rhodes and the Factory. Like, QT Marshall and the whole group of them now look like jokes. Solo got eliminated too quick in the Battle Royal. Camarado got eliminated too quick in the Battle Royal. Agogo got beat. Like,
he looked good.
He looks good, but like Agogo, they built up Agogo for a few weeks on TV just to have him get beat. Like, it just seems like a waste to me. Like, if you're wanting to build up your homegrown talent, why are you gonna showcase them on pay-per-view just to beat?
And this is where it comes in later that, like, because I actually read something somebody said online that Cody is acting like Triple H via 2003.
That's sad to hear.
And which is why I corrected you earlier in saying that Cody's kind of like Jeff Jarrett, because, you know, Jeff Jarrett had like a lot of, no pun intended, but he had a lot of stroke in the TNA days.
Basically ran the company.
See, I guess, you know, Cody, I would say Cody is probably, I would say that's accurate. It sucks, but it's becoming increasingly evident that he's a little bit too big-headed for what he thinks he should be.
Yeah.
I will say that this is the 4th match and the first match without any outside interference that I can remember.
Not true. QT.
Did QT get involved?
Yep.
Okay, then I'm wrong.
There goes your whole theory.
There goes my
And Arn
theory.
Anderson chased him off with a steel chair.
Oh, fuck, I missed. How did I miss
But this
that?
was probably, I will say this was probably I wouldn't say it's the worst match on the card, but it was the least interesting.
It was just a waste of time.
Yeah. This was like a Dynamite match. They could have put this on Dynamite.
Yeah.
All right, moving
especially
on.
with Cody winning.
Yeah. Moving on to the TBS Championship.
Oh.
Miro, the best man, taking on the Murder Hawk Mayhem Monster thing. Lance Hoyt or Lance Archer, Vance Archer, whatever you want to call him. So this tells you how good the match was. The first note I have was, "Damn, Aubrey looking good," and usually she don't look that good.
Rusev doesn't have blonde hair anymore. Sorry, Miro doesn't have blonde hair anymore.
And I wrote, "Is Lance a heel or a face?" Because I know for a short time they were kind of playing with him being a face, and then like when the ladder match of the Revolution came around, he was a heel again. Now all of a sudden he's fucking playing up face again. So I'm like, what the fuck?
He's not a face. He fucking full on just about knocked over fucking Justin Roberts for no reason. He's not a baby face. There was no baby face in this match. Well, he didn't act like it. He sure needs to learn how to be a baby face.
Dude, he was playing the face of this match.
Well, then what the fuck did Justin Roberts do to him? Because he fucking just knocked Justin Roberts on his ass for no reason.
Justin Roberts is Justin Roberts. Let's think about this.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan never would have gained the traction that he did to begin with if it not for poor Justin Roberts and being the unfortunate victim of a spot gone wrong.
Okay. I don't see how that correlates to here.
But he's the victim of a spot gone wrong at this point. You're saying, well, what did he do wrong? Well, apparently this is a spot gone wrong because he shouldn't have been hit.
Why did there need to be a spot with Justin Roberts?
Well, because it's AEW where we do everything and then
where we have no heels and baby faces. Everybody's just everybody. That's all.
And we like to play in the football
This is where the
stadium.
disconnect came in for me. I couldn't figure out who I was supposed to cheer and who I was supposed to boo. Honestly, after I saw that, I thought Miro was the fucking baby face. And then he threw the fucking snake, and I was like, oh, wait, no. He's not a baby face.
Yeah, by the way, there was no snake in that bag.
Yeah, well, no I mean, obviously.
The way they played that out, too, that was
it was
good.
Supposed to be, though.
But Lance Archer also, he needs to stop using the top rope spot.
Yeah, oh my God! I wrote down where was that? He said, what did he say? He said I think Excalibur said that Archer took flight, and I said no, he fell face first.
I will say, like after the Jake distraction, that Lance he had a great choke slam on Miro, and
yeah.
I love that like Miro and Lance were slapping each other, and I forgot who called it. It was either Jim or Excalibur, but they're hitting each other with palm strikes. I'm like, yeah, those are called slaps there, Don West.
Yeah.
And more interference in this match, so that makes 5 matches, 5
interference. You will not disrespect Jake Roberts. I don't give a fuck who you are. Jake Roberts can do whatever the fuck he wants. He can run in. Fucking a gas station if you want. I don't give a fuck.
5 matches, 5 interference.
And this was the first time I've noticed it, but Lance Archer finally got that butterfly tramp stamp fixed.
Yeah. I will say, I mean, like overall, it was a decent match. It wasn't spectacular, but I mean, like it was decent. You know,
it was just kind of too slow for me.
It was kind of there.
Like, oh yay, Miro's gonna retain. Oh, there's Jake Roberts.
No, nobody just does. Oh, there's Jake Roberts.
No, that choke slam seemed to me like like I had written down. Archer, you hurt Jake. Make Archer bad. Archer angry. Archer smash. And then.
Are you on drugs all right now? There's like no like fucking. Archer bad. He bad men. Fuck, like.
Well.
What'd you think of the match,
anyway.
Shelby?
Not a fan. Couldn't figure out who I was supposed to cheer. Didn't care.
I will give you that. I was really confused on that, too. All right. Coming up next, we have the AEW Women's Championship match. The year-long reign of Hikaru Shida is on the line as she defends against Britt Baker DMD. And the first thing I wrote down was, did anyone really think Shida could win?
Yeah, really. Honestly, the only result that surprised me was Ogogo and fucking Cody Rhodes. The rest of these I pretty much predicted.
Yeah.
Oh, and Sting and Darby Allin. But we'll get to that.
Oh, and was the face of the company either Miro or Lance Hoyt?
The face of the Revolution, you mean?
No. I mean who I think could be the face of the AEW.
No.
We'll get there.
Not at all.
All right. And I also wrote down: is Rebel really injured? She's been on a crutch for like 3 years now.
I think that's just a running gag.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. And Shida in the all white getup. Usually she has like the different colors, like the blue and the red and some shit.
That all white was nice.
I wrote down Shida all white / naughty schoolgirl. That's what it reminded me of.
/ damn.
Yeah. Now, the first half of this match, I wrote both great wrestlers. Something isn't clicking. It's not bad, but something isn't clicking with these two.
The chemistry just wasn't there.
No.
But here's the thing, though. Baker should have been the first AEW Women's Champion. I've always said that.
Yeah.
Then I also wrote down Baker's ass is mesmerizing because I was just looking at her ass towards the end. Once the superplex off the top rope happened, everything after that, that's when shit got good. That's when I was just like, okay, now they're clicking. Now they're getting into this shit. And then like once you start really getting into it and shit, that's when it was over. And it's like, fuck, man. You know? It's kind of like an episode of like a really good TV show, man. Like, oh, fuck, man, shit's getting good. And it's like, join us next week. Like, fuck, no! You know?
Or like how you build up somebody like Anthony Ogogo for 3 weeks and then suddenly he loses after he comes out to ballin' music, by the way.
You're really bitter about that, huh?
Yes, actually.
But like I said, they just weren't clicking at first. But then after that superplex off the top, I forgot who hit who with what. But after that happened, once they started hitting, they were like hitting reversals and trying to hit the lockjaw and they were hitting knees and all this shit, man. Yeah. It was that's when the match started picking up for me, man. That's when I was like, this shit's getting good. You know, and then lockjaw got locked in and Shida taps out and I was like, oh, fuck, it's over, you know, and Britt Baker is your new AEW Women's Champion. And there was a nice little moment with Britt and Tony because, you know, there's always that running gag, which I thought was pretty sweet there. But I thought the first half was meh, you know, but the second half really picked up. But overall, I thought was, again, decent. You know, I would rank it a little higher. But just that first half just had me like, Shelby?
I wrote 2 things, and I don't remember, but more interference and right result.
I was like, what interference? But I forgot. Yeah, Rebel hit.
Yeah.
Baker with the crutch. You know.
So not every match has had interference so far.
I really enjoyed that for what it was.
Yeah.
I knew Baker was winning. And that's the thing. Like,
there was no way Shida was gonna that place would have went nuts, I think, if Shida would have retained.
Yeah. It would have yeah.
I mean, there was people chanting Shida, you know, but I think if Shida would have really retained, they'd been like, wait a minute, we were just chanting that shit. We didn't really want that to happen. You know?
Wait, we chanted that just because we were having fun, not because
we're just having fun out here. Wait a minute. We want Britt to finally win it, you know?
We haven't been in 15 months. Yay. Wait, what?
All right. Coming up next is Sting and Darby Allin taking on Scorpio Sky and All Ego Ethan Page. And I actually wrote down a different note first, but I want to mention this first. And that is, wasn't the whole point of Scorpio Sky leaving SCU to be on his own? Why is he in another tag team?
That's what pisses me off.
Like they fucking pulled an Iconics on him.
Like, and that was the reason why. So Ethan Page leaving Impact and storyline had to do with the North being split up.
I just didn't
Ethan
get.
Page goes into AEW. Oh, do what?
I just didn't get it. I just don't get the whole tag team of Sky and Page. I don't know. They even said they're like Sky's leaving SCU so he can focus on his solo career or a singles career, like he's a fucking musician or some shit. But and now all of a sudden he's tagging with Ethan Page, which I mean, fine, but like why? You know, I didn't get it.
I like them as a tag team. I will say.
I'm not saying they're a bad tag team, but like it's like splitting up the Iconics. Like, okay, you split up the Iconics, which was hugely unnecessary, but then you throw Billy Kay in with the fucking Riot Squad. Like, then why fucking break up the other team?
Yeah.
You know?
Don't forget, Peyton Royce was teaming with Lacey Evans.
Yeah, then why fucking break up the Iconics if you're just going to make another team?
Yep.
You know? Also, you could tell in this match, like, I get it. He's old. I get it. You know? But you could tell that Sting was just heavily protected in this fucking match. You know? And fucking Aubrey saw that goddamn tag.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was looking right at it.
At that tag.
I think she was in the wrong spot.
She had enough time to fucking pull out a sketch pad and draw it.
I think she was in the wrong spot. That was kind of unfortunate because when he got that tag, I wrote hot tag came too soon. And then when she was like, no, you didn't get the tag. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, that was kind of unfortunate.
Sting's kind of Darby mashup paint was nice.
And I will say that Darby did have a great 10 count spot. You don't usually see that one that often, where he was like just dead weight for like the 9. And then, like,
I don't like them just jumping in the ring at 9 though. It seems very unrealistic. Yeah, it seems very unrealistic. If you're out, like you're not gonna just jump up at 9 and jump in the ring.
I know, but like,
that's not how it's gonna work.
Yeah, you know, sometimes in wrestling, I know sometimes WWE and even AEW will treat us like we're fucking stupid. But like, and you have to suspend your disbelief. And I think this is one that you have to suspend your disbelief for.
I will say that I quite enjoyed this match up until I think it was around the spot where they had the 2 submissions in.
Don't say it. God damn it, no!
I fucking hated that.
I love that, man. When they had the submissions on and then they just started slapping each other.
The ref has no control. The ref just has no control in these matches.
Oh, I fucking loved it, man. When they had the submissions on and then like Darby and I think it was Ethan Page just started slapping each other.
I will admit, I don't think I've seen that before.
Oh, that was great. I fucking love that. And the finish came with fucking Scorpio Sky in the corner and Sting running for a Scorpio Splash. Scorpion Splash, yeah. I love how like Scorpio's out of the corner.
Stinger Splash.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry. Scorpio is out of the corner and Sting still jumps in the air, goes for the splash. Scorpio's already been out of the corner, had coffee, had dinner, shit like that. Sting had plenty of time to stop. And then Scorpio's done out of the corner, had coffee, fucking, you know, he's been on his phone, texting people, checked his Facebook and everything, and Sting hit that corner. You know, fucking idiot.
Poor Sting.
Yeah, I just, like, I get it. You know, they wanted a name. I get it.
The money's good.
The money's good, Sting. Yeah. I get it. But, like, fuck, man.
Come on, dude.
Unless the next thing I see is fucking Mean Mark Callis is All Elite, then I don't care.
Oh my god, let's fucking hope not.
The American Badass Mark Calloway.
There's certain guys that I'm pretty sure Vince would just sit down with and be like, okay, how much money is it going to take not to make you go to AEW? And he is one of those guys.
But wait, though. The mayor, Glenn Jacobs, is All Elite.
I think he'd probably give Kane enough money not to go to.
Without talking about the match, at the end of Stadium Stampede, during the celebration, I saw flames come up, and I was like, he's not about to debut, is he?
Yeah.
Like, I seriously thought about it. I was like, oh, shit, he's about to come out, isn't he?
I mean, you never really know.
Exactly.
Edge wouldn't surprise me at some point, but...
So you actually liked this match, Shelby?
I did. Just didn't really care for that spot. There was a little bit too much brawling on the outside. But other than that, I thought that Paige and I wrote Paige and somebody because I forgot what his name was, but
Scorpios.
Paige and Scorpio Sky, I thought they worked as great heels. They were getting heat on Darby Allin throughout the whole thing. The hot tags still came a little bit early, but yeah, I think this was probably my favorite match on the show.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I ranked this match above Oingo Bongo and Cody, but
this match wasn't.
I mean, I like the submission slap fight. I thought that was pretty good. But, like, other than that, that was the only thing really positive I could really point out of this match.
This had clear heels and baby faces in it, and there was not much on this show that did.
But
all I wrote about this match was Scorpio. Why even leave SCU?
SCU.
And
yeah,
nice,
I could get that.
Nice Darby paint sting. Meh.
Also, this was the only match on the show to not have interference.
Actually, that's not... No, I'm kidding.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I'm right on this one, because I watched this one very intently.
Now, the question is the person that I think could be the face of the company in this match?
I don't think so, but...
Nope.
Maybe. Okay.
It's freshly squeezed.
Thank God.
All right, coming up next is the triple threat match, or three-way match, whatever they fucking call it in AEW. For the AEW World Championship, that is Kenny Omega, or as people like to call him, Kenny Olivier. And there's a great Kenny Olivier spot here that I want to mention later. Or, as he's drastically known as, what is it, Twinkle Toes?
Twinkle Toes McFinger Bang, and what's the new one?
Oh, there's a new one?
Harpo McFinger Fuck.
Harpo McFinger Fuck.
Okay. And he defends against the bastard.
Pack the Snow the Bastard.
And,
if you get the reference.
Freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Okay. So I don't want to shit on Orange Cassidy.
Because
I do think that his gimmick is pretty funny. However, you mean to tell me that I can seriously take this guy in contention with Pac and Kenny Omega when he puts his hands in his pockets standing up against two of the most threatening, what we're supposed to believe are the most threatening people in the company? He doesn't understand how to win a fucking ladder match, and he just doesn't give a shit about anything. He weighs whatever from wherever. Nobody fucking cares.
Actually, I was getting hyped for Freshly Squeezed during this match, even though I knew he wasn't going to win, and I think...
I was afraid that he was going to.
He could be the face of the company.
The question is, do I think that the face of the company is in this match? The answer is yes.
Oh, God.
And the face, I think Orange Cassidy could be the face of AEW.
As a mascot?
I think so.
I think Orange Cassidy could be their fucking John Cena, their Hulk Hogan, their Steve Austin, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Their Rock,
their Austin, whatever. This could be their fucking guy. This could be.
They can sell Orange Cassidy juice.
Orange Cassidy juice, fucking foam oranges, fucking. They've already got the foam fucking thumbs up, the half-ass thumbs up. This could be their fucking guy.
He's over with their fan base. Jeans, I will say that.
Jean jackets, basic T-shirts.
Oh, God.
I mean, they can sell everything with this guy. Everything.
This could be the fucking guy.
He's over with their fan base. I mean, anytime he got a near fall, they fucking went nuts.
Freshly squeezed. Plus,
I will say there was early in the match, well, when the double down came too early, and that's what I wrote down. I was like, double down too early. where Pac and Omega did the double down way too early. But it made sense because then Orange Cassidy went for the pinfall, but he got a 1 count. I love how he argued with the ref. He was like 3, and he's like 1.
Yeah.
I love how Orange Cassidy pulled off a double Hurricane Rana on 2 people. You don't see that every day. Let's see. The Kenny Omega did a roll through on, was it Kenny Omega or was it Pac? I think it was Kenny Omega. Yeah, he did a roll through onto Pac, and then he did a backcracker onto Orange Cassidy. I thought that was pretty cool. And then when he kicked the fucking shit out of Pac and kicked him into the corner, Kenny Omega, that was fucking genius. There was that bridge spot where Omega and Cassidy were about to bridge out, and then Pac hits him with a fucking 450. That was probably my favorite spot of the match there. I like the different take on the ref bump.
Yeah, I did too, actually.
That was different, you know, instead of, like, he couldn't break the submission, so fuck it, it's no DQ, hit the ref.
Out the ref.
Exactly.
Hey, they fucking make the refs look stupid anyway. Might as well take them out on process.
Exactly. I thought that was great. And then Orange Cassidy almost winning the fucking AEW world title, and that crowd, like Shelby said, the crowd almost
they did love it. I will say
they almost went nuts. If he would have won that title, that place would have fucking went nuts.
I don't think that they definitely would have liked it. Yeah.
But I think Cassidy could be the guy who fucking does it.
And then their world title turns into a joke because everybody laughs at it.
Your opinion is wrong.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Cassidy could be their cash cow.
The
only other person that I think could come into that company and be their cash cow is the Satin Nightmare.
The fuck is that?
Well, he can't be the Velveteen Dream.
Oh, God.
And then there was more interference. Did I mention that this show had a lot of interference?
No, I don't think you've mentioned that yet.
Oh, okay. Well, this show had a lot of interference. This one kind of made sense, though.
Threat still?
Yes.
Yeah.
This one did kind of make sense, though, with Don Callis and it being no disqualifications and all that shit. But
I did like how in Orange Cassidy hit his finisher on both of them. Don Callis on commentary, shit, and just bolts to the ring.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Don. Just start swearing on.
Yeah.
This was probably my favorite match of the night.
What, the triple threat?
Yeah. What match do you think we're talking about?
I don't know. I thought we transitioned to football fuckery too.
No, we're not on football fuckery yet. You did not hear me intro football fuckery. When we talk about football fuckery, I will say football fuckery.
Oh, well, okay.
Anything else to add about the triple threat?
Nope.
No.
Moving on to football fuckery.
Football fuckery, hashtag beat the traffic. And to be honest with you, if I was in that stadium, I probably would have left, not realizing that they were going to make it to the ring at some point.
That's actually. Go ahead.
Sorry,
Nick. The fact that there was taped bits was stupid, and I'll be honest, I really only wrote several things down, but it's all pretty much leading to the same thing. It was too predictable. There was too much happening at once. Too much was taped, and it was just stupid. I'm sorry. It was just stupid.
I didn't mind most of this. However, I do have a couple things. Them coming down on those zip lines, it would have been a lot more effective. It would have been a lot more effective if they were proper zip lines and they actually came down instead of just hanging there like a bunch of fucking morons.
I thought the entrance was great.
No, it looks stupid. They were just hanging there. Like, come on, guys, you're supposed to be in this blood feud where you want to beat the crap out of each other.
The rock climbing wall when they were just hanging there.
A lot of it was okay, I thought, but the part with the two tag teams, and again, heels and baby faces. Who are the heels and who are the baby faces here? Because fucking Santana and Ortiz go into that club. Which, why are there people drinking in a club in a fucking stadium? All right.
Because I kind of divided it into all the sections here. So the first part, we got the entrance. Now last year when they did Football Fucker, Stadium Stampede, whatever you want to call it, they actually fought on the field, and that's the first thing I wrote down here was like there wasn't enough action on the football field. Like last year, like a majority of it, yeah, they went to separate parts of the stadium, shit like that. I think there was like the one spot like in the pool area, which why the fucking football field has a pool, I don't know why, but like it ended in the field area. And there was like football references and shit like that.
I think the reason why it didn't end there, and I know you said we'll get to it, is because they had actual fans and they needed it to end in the actual arena.
Didn't they have fans for this last year?
No.
Oh shit!
Blood and Guts
Pandemic
should have been.
That should have been the final hurrah. That should have been the final match between these.
And also in the football field, there was like a random barrel fire.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get that. I was like, that's yeah.
I would have been pissed if I paid to watch Football Fucker.
That's what I mean. I would have left. I would have left and watched the rest at home.
It was dumb.
All right, so let's go to 9, what I call 9A, which is the 9th match, part 1 here, which is MJF and Jericho 1. And that is, how did Excalibur know that was hot coffee he threw at him?
Well, I think he just assumed it was hot coffee. It looked like there's a coffee machine.
MJF, sorry, Jericho can't come to the front right now. He's currently swallowing his own teeth. I'm pretty sure that phone didn't ring.
No.
Well, no.
Table in the ribs. I thought I wrote table in the ring. Ow. And I was like, yeah, that table that Jericho shoved into MJF's ribs, man, that didn't look like a nice
fun times.
No.
That
looks like it hurt. Against the cement, yeah.
And like the only football, the last football fucking related spot really was the coach cameo, the Jaguars coach. I thought that was fucking.
Why was he just tossing him the footballs?
Jericho asked for a football. You give him a football.
I guess.
But I thought that was great. He was just like, have a good season. He's like, holy shit. Like,
yeah.
And then I thought the whiteboard where he was just like, Jericho, what are you gonna do now? And he just flips the fucking whiteboard in his face. I actually laughed out loud when that happened. Like
that spot was cool, but like I said, I just thought the whole thing was dumb.
9B is Wardlow and Hager part 1. And then, you know what? Y'all might disagree with me on it, but I kind of see he's not the face of the company. He's not Orange Cassidy, but I see some money in Wardlow.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. This is like the first thing I've seen of him, so.
When he yells, he sounds like Umaga.
Oh, man. Pretty soon, the Great Khaki will be All Elite.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Wouldn't that be great? Great Khali on fucking commentary? Wouldn't that be great?
Oh, my God. That would be great. Sign it.
Please welcome to our commentary team, Great Khaki. Punch.
I love the All Elite.
Since AEW airs on TNT and that's under the Warner umbrella, Wardlow and Hager, I keep wanting to say Swagger, Hager, they went into like a cooler. Could we count that as a Porky Pig cameo? No? I'll take that as a no. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know how you used to play video games back in the day? You know, you play Zelda and shit like that, and you'd see like the fucking obvious fake wall there, and you place a bomb there, and you find a secret area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they might as well just did that for that spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was an obvious fake wall.
Yeah.
All right. All right, now we can talk about. Oh no, this was my favorite fucking part of the match, and that was 9C. That was Spears and Sammy Guevara, and that was this needed more action in the chair room. This felt like an action movie. Okay.
Yeah, that's not what I came to see though. I came to see a wrestling match.
Yeah, I thought that was
get
stupid
that,
too.
but like when you. I get that, but like when you come to see Stadium Stampede or, as last year, Football Fuckery.
I mean, I did not come to see Football Fuckery. It was just part of the show.
I didn't come to watch a D action movie.
Yeah.
But it was so cool. The
comic
aesthetic
book
was so
film.
fucking cool. I mean, that Sean Spears' gimmick, the whole chair thing and everything, and he had a whole fucking room of chairs. The only bad thing is that like fucking they didn't use enough chairs. They didn't use this room to their full advantage.
It's not a chairs match. And the chairs
I'm
match.
not saying it should have been a chairs match, but like when you have a guy that's the chairman, Sean Spears, and then you lure your enemy into a fucking whole goddamn room full of chairs, and you use that room for like what, 30 seconds? Like at first it was really cool. The aesthetic was really cool and shit, and then like that kind of like a little action movie type of thing where like they're ducking chairs and shit like that, and they're surrounded by like hundreds of fucking chairs and shit, and then like after like 45 seconds they're out. I'm like, what? Why didn't this whole segment take place in there before they fucking take off there? And the other thing was like, there's no fucking, I can't buy for a second that when Sean Spears threw those bolt cutters, they landed where they landed.
Yeah, I'll agree there.
And as we know, Sean Spears has been struggling in AEW. I think we can agree though that this was his best match.
Yeah.
But I think more shit should have happened in that chair room. You know, that was like, I'm sorry, this was like my favorite part of the whole fucking stampede.
It should
All
have
right,
happened.
Shelby.
All right.
Our 9D. Go for it.
Who the fuck are the baby faces and the heels in this? Santana and Ortiz come into this fucking bar or dance club or whatever the fuck it is.
In a football stadium.
In a football stadium that doesn't really have anything going on except for a football fuckery match where there's not supposed. It's basically supposed to be an empty arena match.
Yeah, like why?
So why are they there?
Yeah, speaking of which, like, why would you go to a wrestling show and then like, you know what? I'm just gonna go sit in the bar.
Yeah.
Not even watch. I'm just gonna go sit in the bar, a couple drinks.
Yeah. So
also, why did FTR? I'll let Shelby finish his thought, but like, why did FTR? They were fighting on the field in the beginning. You know, the few seconds they were fighting on the field. Why did FTR just say, you know what? Fuck it, let's go have some drinks.
They were just chilling at the bar.
Yeah, they were just chilling at the bar, just standing there with Tully. You know, like let's have some drinks.
Well, and like they gave Santana and Ortiz shots.
Yeah,
I noticed that too.
It was just.
I was like, what do you?
Yeah.
Well, you know, a shot before,
to hate each other.
Let's have a drink before we take the fuck out of each other. You know?
Yeah, I guess. And why are Santana or Ortiz? Why are Santana or Ortiz attacking patrons that did nothing to them? Aren't they supposed to be the baby faces?
They were in the way.
Oh my god.
That's the way I look at it. They were in the fucking way.
Hey, but at least we got Conan though.
That's what I wrote down. I wrote down sweet. That's what I wrote down first. Sweet Conan cameo.
Tully looks like shit in that fucking muscle tee too.
He looks like he came from a gay disco.
Yeah.
Tully, it's not 1987, man. You need to
Tully
take that
Blanchard.
But that's what I wrote down. I wrote down Sweet Conan cameo. FTR just left in the middle of a match? Question mark.
Yeah.
And then I wrote down this was the weakest part of the Stampede for me. I know y'all hated the whole thing, but this was the weakest part. For me.
If I was to pick a weakest part, it would be this. I'd agree with that.
And we cut back to 9E, which is Hager and Wardlow part 2, which we ironically come back to like right after the wall smash, which the only note I had for this was, what were they doing the whole time? That's it. That's all I had for it. It's just, you know, they fight it out. Swagger, or Hager, whatever. Finally gets the advantage and choke slams him through some shit. Then we finally get 9F, which is the finale of MJF and Jericho, which again, I didn't really have a lot to say. And that was, why was there a random baseball bat in a football office?
Yeah.
And why was there just a hammer sitting in a fucking football office?
Yeah. Very good questions. And
then for the finale, the final part of it, which was what the fuck is the Inner Circle Biker Gang? Did I miss something?
Oh, probably. We probably all missed something because we don't watch their fucking million other shows.
Because like Tony Schiavone was just like the Inner Circle Biker Gang. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
You say that like I'm supposed to know that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
The only other okay, and here's the minor critique I had, other than the tag team segment in the gay disco, and that is like it came down to Spears and Guevara in the ring.
Yeah.
Which, okay, fine, whatever. But in this, quote unquote blood feud that you're having between the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle, why didn't everybody end up in the ring?
Yeah, or if it's just going to be two guys, why is it not Jericho and MJF?
Exactly.
Like, I didn't understand why it had to be Spears and fucking and Sammy.
He wasn't hurt enough on Thursday when they filmed the shit.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know.
I just didn't. I mean, good for Spears and Guevara. They got the cap off this fucking pay-per-view, especially Spears, since we know he's been struggling a lot in AEW. But I just don't see why both teams, if you're going to end up in the ring in front of the fans, like Shelby said, and we're not going to have it on the football field, why not have a moment where eventually all 10 of these fucking guys end up back in the ring, stare down each other, have a moment where the fans fucking flip out.
Yeah, because they would have.
Yeah, have them stand across the ring.
They would have fucking loved it.
Yeah, have them stand across the ring, have a little bit of a brawl for a second, then have it narrow it down to either MJF and Jericho, or then you could have Spears and Guevara for whatever fuck reason. Have your finish, boom, everybody goes home happy.
Yeah, I think the only reason why Spears and Guevara were the final two, I guess you could say technically, is so that Spears would take the fall. Because I don't think they wanted FTR or MJF to take the fall, and I guess Wardlow can't take the fall. So I guess that's why. But yeah, it seemed kind of weak to not have like any of the other guys in the ring or anywhere near the ring. I mean, MJF and Jericho were in the arena. They were fighting somewhere in the crowd, and then it just panned over to fucking Spears running away from the the motorcycles. Yeah, and then the golf cart. Yeah.
I just think
yeah. I didn't hate it as much as I think Nick hated it, but
I thought it was just dumb.
Yeah,
I liked it except for the tag team part in the ending. I thought the second part of Wardlow and Swagger kind of dragged on a bit, but like I loved the chair portion. I thought that God, I just wish damn, they need to go back to that area for like a special match or something. I would love to watch that.
I wanted to like it. I really did.
I thought that a lot of it, especially the Wardlow and the Swagger, whatever.
Hey, I'm not the only one.
And the Jericho MJF stuff, it felt like guys just brawling, which was kind of cool. But a lot of the chair thing and the tag teams and the finish and stuff, it just didn't do it for me.
So overall, what do we think of the pay-per-view?
Oh my God.
It was solid.
I thought it was decent. Yeah. I mean, I didn't hate it that I had to watch it twice. Shelby?
I felt very disconnected during this pay-per-view. Nothing was like super offensive, but nothing was overly exciting to me.
What was your favorite match of the pay? Oh yeah, you already said.
Sting and Darby Allin, and to be honest, that match could have been better than it was. Okay.
So that was Double or Nothing, and it looks like we're going to have a supersized episode this week. So let's go ahead and get our other sponsor out of the way here, and that other sponsor being HardToFindTV.com and their sister site, FanMadeDVD.com, where they have literally probably about 1,000 plus TV shows that you could get on DVD and Blu-ray, shows that you haven't seen in literally years, shows that are not officially on DVD, but you can get on DVD for your home viewing pleasure. I swear to God, don't you make a sound during this promo. I heard something move. I don't want to hear a sound during this one.
That was me.
So if you like the classic Nickelodeon shows, the ones that we grew up with, such like Kenan and Kel, or what else is there? All That, or 100 Deeds for Eddie McDowell. You can get those shows on DVD or even Blu-ray for that matter. You move another inch.
I don't know what that was.
If you want those on DVD or Blu-ray, you can find these titles at hardtofindtv.com or fanmadedvd.com. And if you want to go over to hardtofindtv.com, they only accept Amazon Pay. But if you want to use your credit card or PayPal or such like that, you can go over to fanmadedvd.com. And plus, if you use my checkout code ARTIST, ARTIST, you will save 15% at checkout. And if you go over to that website and you don't find any show that you're looking for, you can email them a request and they'll be more than happy to try and track down that request. Like if you're looking for, if for some reason you're like, hey, I want to see the short-lived television show that was based on Dirty Dancing. Why? I don't know why. Who does? But if for some reason that's your taste, then hey, they will be more than happy to try and track down that show, slap it on DVD for a fair price, or hell, they may even want to slap it on Blu-ray for you. You can do that for you. And on top of all that, if they'll put that fair price on there, if that price just doesn't seem fair enough for you, tell them that artist sent you, and you'll save 15% on it as well. And of course, if you email them and they can't find it, if they don't have it, you don't need it. All right. Okay. So Nick, we're moving on to our wrestling fact of the week. Yeah, our wrestling fact of the week. So I love wheat. I think we all love wheat, unless any of us have celiac. No. Okay. All right, that joke is just stupid.
I thought we were still supposed to be quiet.
No, you're good now. But you know what joke isn't stupid? A long time ago, Ultimate Warrior asked Randy Savage for a large loan in the 80s. And Randy Savage said, ooh, the chances of that are slim, Jim.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And
okay, so
wait, one more. And then you can do your fact. I ran into Hulk Hogan the other day. I saw him, and I was so gobsmacked by it. I just stared at him. I just kept staring and staring and staring. And he finally saw me, and he was just like, "Could you please?" In fact, he was like, "Could you please stop staring at me, brother?" And I finally just said, "I was like, sorry, I'm a gawker," and he just started crying. All right, Nick, your fact of the week, which we know nothing about. So, what do you got?
Okay, so many people know that the OVW class of 2002 infamously included, those who would go on to become Randy Orton, Batista, Brock Lesnar, and John Cena. But that class also included everyone's favorite former tag team partner of Charlie Haas. No, I'm not talking Shelton Benjamin. I'm talking Rico. Rico was in there with Randy, and Batista, and Brock, and Cena, and Shelton Benjamin, incidentally. Among others. I think there was a Basham in that class, too.
Yeah. And you're telling me Batista, Orton, Cena, all of them went on to become world champions and Rico didn't? What the fuck?
Yep, that's exactly what he's saying.
That's bullshit. I am mad now. All right, so let's get on to our listener questions here, or viewer questions, however you want to view them. And they only come from Stug and Andrew this week. So let's get right into it.
What about the Sportster list?
Oh, yeah, the Sportster list. Oh, yeah, damn. I forgot about it. Good call. All right, so let's move into the Sportster list of the week, which, considering we just reviewed AEW's Double or Nothing, that we are going to do, the Sportster list I found is 9 AEW wrestlers that are in desperate need of a repackaging.
Oh God.
Why are you sound so mad?
Because I probably won't know them.
Oh, okay. So coming in at number 9 is Joey Janela.
Oh God, no.
Oh, Joey Nutella.
Yeah.
I think he does need a repackage because his tag team with Sonny Kiss just makes no goddamn sense to me.
He looks like a walking STD.
Really?
I think he should probably be, grabbing people water rather than wrestling.
I don't think he's that bad.
Or like Or maybe just stay at home.
Yeah, stay at home.
I think he's okay. Like, he had a
Not,
great match with Omega on one of the early episodes of Dark, when Dark was still good. You know?
He looks like he's that type of person that just has a natural stink. Like, they just stink, no matter what they do. Like, they can shower and do all they want, but they just stink.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I just think if they're gonna repackage him, they should like Sonny Kiss is obviously trans, so I think it's a he becoming a she, right? So they should make him become a her, or like the other. I don't know.
Oh my God! Joey Janela should just be the big stink, and maybe that would be okay.
I want to soundbite that and send that to Jim Cornette.
He just looks like he stinks. He just a natural foul odor.
Okay. Next.
This next one I 100,000% fucking disagree with, and that is Chris Statlander. Choose your next words carefully.
Don't know her well enough.
I like Chris Statlander. Think
Chris Statlander is a popular wrestler, but throwing her in with Best Friend seems like it has done just for the sake of it. She doesn't need much repackaging, but taking her back to how she was prior to injury would be a wise move. So just take her out of Best Friends is what they're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 7, Leva Bates.
Where is she anyway?
I guess at the library, I guess. However, right now, as librarian, she has a character that nobody cares about. It's not an interesting gimmick, and one that has stopped Leva from truly shining as a star, and a change to something more serious could help her.
Even let her be Blue Pants again.
Yeah, because I don't think WWE ever trademarked that, did they?
Nope.
Huh. All right.
She was using it in Ring of Honor before AEW.
Oh. Coming in at number 6 is Brandon Cutler.
Oh, Brandon Cutler. Bastard.
Probably one of the worst loss records in AEW.
That poor bastard. That's all I have to say.
Isn't he a friend of the Young Bucks?
He needs a change big time.
That's what it says. He is simply seen as the best friend of the Young Bucks. That's what it says here.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 5, Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes can just get off my TV.
But what if they repackaged him? What if he came back in as like Ziggy Stardust or something?
I like the American Nightmare.
Now is the American Dream.
Well, I think that was only temporary for this. Yeah. I don't think they're going to keep running with that.
Well, they need to make up their goddamn mind.
Well, that's fair.
This paper.
That and somebody needs to get a fucking lighter and take off that goddamn tattoo.
That tattoo is horrendous. That's worse than Archer's former butterfly tramp stamp.
Cody relied
and
heavily
I should also mention that with Cody Rhodes, Brandy Rhodes also looks like one of those people that just stinks.
Yeah, but you still fuck her though.
No, I wouldn't.
No.
I would. But speaking of Brandy Rhodes, coming in at number 4, Luther.
He just looked like he wanted to do things to Serpentico. So, like, if they made Serpentico kind of like his slave, that could be okay.
I seriously thought you were going to take this to, like, Luther just looks like he stinks, and if you were, I was going to say, I was like, if you take this to, like, Luther just looks like he stinks, I was just going to quit the list. I was like, that's it, I'm done. Coming in at number 3 is Proud and Powerful, a.k.a. Santana and Ortiz.
I don't think they fit into the inner circle, and I never thought they have.
Really? Those two? I thought Sammy Guevara was the one that never fit into the inner circle.
The Proud and Powerful name is kind of bizarre.
But they are proud. They are powerful, and they are two badass mothers who don't give a shit about nobody.
When I think PAP or PAP, if you will, I think pap smear, and they're not female.
That we know of, unless they want to be. It's 2021 after all. They can be whatever they want to be. Well, the Three-Way Dance Podcast does see gender.
Celebrating Pride Month.
All right, coming in at number 2 is Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah, does he even have a gimmick? What is his gimmick?
The Elite Hunter is what his gimmick is right now.
Oh, yeah. The Elite Hunter.
He's the Elite Hunter.
So, a.k.a. Bullet Club Hunter?
I was going to say, is he just hunting, like, the Bucks and Omega and the other two losers?
Pretty much.
And Don Callis.
I think Shelby's gonna have something to say about number 1 here.
Okay.
Don Callis is like the human can of Spam.
The human can of Spam. All right, number 1 is Hangman Page.
Really?
Yep. No, I just made it up. Actually, number 1, yes, Hangman Page.
Huh. Why does... Well, I guess the drinking thing is probably getting a little out of hand.
He's hanging around with the Dark Order.
Some people love Hangman Page with the Dark Orders. Others don't. And a big reason people don't is that it has diluted him somewhat. Page was on a roll as one of the top stars in the company, but being thrown in with the group seems to have taken him backward. Page doesn't need to be doing comedy bits for approval of others backstage. Instead, he should be the badass who will take it to the man and is prepared to fight against the Elite to take back control of the company.
Yeah, I'd agree with that 100%.
A lot of these that I'm reading are basically not like repackaging. It's just like you need to be doing different shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know?
He doesn't need to be part of a stable. He should be on his own. You know, he doesn't need... He can have allies, but, I mean, I don't know if I want the Dark Order as fucking allies. Don't they lose most of their fucking matches?
I like the Dark Order.
Well, I like the Dark Order too, but I do like the fact that old Uncle Corny calls them the Dork Order.
The Dork Order. Yeah. Every time I see them now, that's what I think of.
The Dork Order.
Because they are the kind of they don't have, like, once they lost Brody Lee, they just kind of fell from grace.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just kind of there.
Yeah.
Here's all these guys we brought in that
they were doing fucking trust falls. Like, what the fuck?
That was fun. I liked that.
That was stupid.
I think the Dark Order was fine as just Evil Uno and Grayson and maybe like 2 other guys, but like once they expanded to like,
that's the other thing too.
When Hangman was taking them all for ice cream, that was fun too. I did like that.
And Colt Cabana too. How does Colt Cabana fit into that fucking crew? Other than the fact that he's just a comedy guy.
Brody Lee kind of entranced Colt Cabana. And so Colt Cabana slowly phased his way into the Dark Order because Brody offered him, I think the description of it was like reprieve from his losing way or something like that.
So if he entranced Colt Cabana, then why doesn't Colt Cabana dress more like the rest of them?
Well, he did wear the Brody's jacket.
Yeah. And that's one thing I forgot to mention in the Double or Nothing review. I like how like all the members of the Dark Order who were in that Battle Royal came out to like the Dark Order music and shit like that, and you know, dressed like the Dark Order, and Colt Cabana come out to boom boom Colt Cabana. Like, what the fuck? All right, so that was the Sports Store Listener Week. Now we can get to the listener questions. And the first one comes from Stug138, and that is, what 3 wrestlers would you like to see leave wrestling to do porn? Pete Dunne, Pete Dunne,
oh,
Pete Dunne.
Otis.
Oh, yeah. That's
Fandango.
That's his O face right there. That's fucking Otis's O face. Like, I
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Fandango.
You need 3.
And
You see 3?
No, you need 3.
Oh, you need 3. I think honestly though, Charlotte Flair, Lacey Evans, but only in my bedroom, and
you.
Fuck you. I would have Lacey Evans ride my face like a. Oh my god.
My 3 are Otis, Fandango, and Lana. And yes, I am serious about Otis, Fandango, and Lana.
I don't know who my third one would be. What other woman's on the roster?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't say WWE, so I'll Billy Kay. That's my third one. Charlotte, Lacey Evans, Billy Kay. That's my third. Shelby?
Braun Strowman. Because he's a train conductor.
Oh.
I feel like there's something there.
Oh, wow.
There's
Lars Sullivan in this too.
You can't get on my train. Are you sure there's something I can't do to convince you? Well,
you get these tapes.
Walter.
All right, that's
Walter.
Walter. Walter just comes on her chest. Walter comes on her chest and then just chops it.
This is how Imperium bring babies.
Oh my god.
It's 2.
Oh, fucking Christ. Oh.
It's 2.
3. 3, eh?
Yeah.
The Briscoe brothers.
Both of them?
Yep.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. The first 2 were
they're part of the
Strowman
Express.
Oh my god. Well, Walter wasn't that good until I thought of the chop thing. Okay. Whew.
Oh man.
All right, next one from Stug138, and that is: if you were picked to go live on Mars, what 3 wrestling items would you take?
RVD rolling papers. The stash that Van Dam and Sabu were caught with. And the stash that Iron Sheik and Hacksaw Jim Duggan were caught with.
Oh god.
That's old school right there.
Yeah.
That's probably some crusted ass stash by now, though.
It's probably
that
gone.
just means you'll be flying. Really?
Yeah.
I guess.
At the same time, and you will be.
I would take the last ring that was on WCW Nitro. You know, just for shiggles. I would take the Walter porn. Just for the ending. Wrestling item. And I guess I would take shit. And since they're going to be made soon, I would take the foam Orange Cassidy orange.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I want that Otis T-shirt, by the way.
I would take the Hulk Hogan frisbee.
It just, you live on Mars, you throw a frisbee, it just fucking just leaves.
Oh.
You want to play frisbee?
One of them wrestling rings.
You want to play frisbee? We live on Mars. What's the problem? Throws a frisbee, it just fucking leaves.
Oh, the What was the Hulk Hogan thing that Paul Orndorff endorsed?
Oh, the Hulkamania workout kit?
Yes, that's the next thing I'm taking. And the last thing is the Big Show boot signed by Tully Blanchard.
Yes.
Because you got to have it on space on Mars.
Stug is going to listen to this and be like, God damn it, I wonder if be serious about that. And you all gave like shit answers.
We love you, buddy.
Stug138, what movie or TV world would you like to live in and why?
Oh.
I'm actually going to answer seriously, and I'm going to say The Wonder Years.
This is a serious answer, too. I'm going The Walking Dead.
Why?
I just think it'd be interesting to live out a zombie apocalypse.
I figured you'd want to live in Trailer Park Boys.
No, God, no. Jesus Christ. I couldn't imagine putting up with them all day.
Corner gas. I could really rock it in Dog River, I think. Chilling with Hank, doing nothing all day.
Oh, yeah. I changed my answer. I'm going to Corner Gas. Yeah, I'm going to
ride along with Davis and Karen for no reason.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I can go to the bar at any time of day. The Foo Mart. Like,
Foo Mart! Yes.
I'm going to put up a bulletin at the Dog River, or the bulletin board at the Ruby.
For those of you listening who don't know what Corner Gas is, IMDb TV, man. Okay, come on.
And then go to Hard to Find TV and see what they can do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Use artists, save 15%.
Yeah.
Or if you live in Canada, subscribe to Crave and you can watch all the episodes.
Yeah.
Hashtag not sponsored by Crave, but hey, Crave, if you're listening, hit me up. Stug138, what's your top 3 Jean-Claude Van Damme movies? Street Fighter, and Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Sure.
Bloodsport.
Yeah, I'd probably throw Bloodsport. I'd honestly probably Street Fighter, Bloodsport, and...
Oh, Double Team with
Double Team.
The only thing I remember seeing Jean-Claude Van Damme in is the Friends episode.
You never saw Street Fighter?
No.
Shame.
Pity. Shame! Okay.
Shame.
What Stug138, what are you guys' thoughts on John Cena bending the knee to China?
The guy speaks Mandarin and it's not his first language and he made a mistake. People freak the fuck out for no fucking reason.
I honestly thought Taiwan was a country too.
When I read that he apologized, I was like, wait, it's not.
Yeah.
And then I moved on.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, you guys know that John Cena had a match against Laundry one time, right?
Okay.
The Taiwan.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Next question.
Okay, the next... kill me. Andrew has the next question. That is, who from the current WWE roster would you like to see jump ship to AEW? Even though they're not currently on the roster, but I would like to see them show up in AEW, and that is the Satin Nightmare.
Well, since he wouldn't be able to go by this name, I would say Prince Puma should be all right.
That's Ricochet for you people who don't know. No, I think he would be able to be Ricochet.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Well, no, I thought WWE trademarked.
No, because he was Ricochet in Japan.
Yeah, and he owned it before,
right? Oh, yeah, he would be able to be Ricochet. Yeah, that's right. Ricochet.
Shelby?
Bianca Belair. So I don't have to fucking watch her anymore.
So you gotta make me suffer.
And Will gets to suffer.
Suffer whenever I fucking just hear her name. What are your thoughts on AEW booking? Do you think AEW balances veteran talent and new blood well?
It could be better.
Yeah, I think I'd probably say that too. I don't really have a whole lot more.
Well,
to
I
add
mean, the only like veteran talent that they really like book in a wrestling capacity is Christian and Sting.
Yeah.
And the only
I
one
would
that's
say
really,
Kaz
like,
is veteran talent.
Yeah.
Colt
Yeah.
Cabana, Matt Hardy.
Yeah, Matt Hardy.
I guess so. Who do you think will eventually or should eventually take the title off of Roman? These are all Andrew, by the way. Just saying.
Cesaro. Cesaro should. After the match he had at WrestleMania Backlash.
Cesaro should. However, I fear it's going to be somebody like a Dominic Mysterio.
Not going to be Dominic.
I think
way too early for him.
I think it's going to. I would like it to be Otis, but I think it's going to be John Cena.
Yeah,
no, I don't think so.
I could see that go too. That they bring in Cena back on the road. 17 breaks the record. Either that or Roman retires Cena. I told you.
I think that's
acknowledge me.
Yeah, I think that's where they should go for sure.
What do you guys think of Lashley so far as the world champion in WWE?
I hope they don't blow it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Lashley as champ right now.
They already blew it. They blew it on Monday.
No.
It should have been Lashley and Kingston at Hell in a Cell.
Oh.
No, I disagree. It should be Lashley and McIntyre inside the cell, and Lashley should get an even more decisive win so we can ship McIntyre to SmackDown.
Your opinion is wrong.
Ship McIntyre to NXT UK.
That works too.
Yeah.
So you can fuck up Walter.
Make him disappear for a little while, or just send him home for 6 months. How can I miss you if you won't go away?
Yeah.
Do you think Lance Archer is buried after losing yet another high-profile title match?
No.
Yeah, because he lost strong. He didn't tap out. He passed out.
Yeah.
That was quick.
I think he needs to figure out how to work as a babyface, but
I think that's more AEW's fault than Lance Archer.
Oh yeah, probably.
Let's say wrestling dries up as we know it and goes away forever. If you could only watch 3 old wrestling pay-per-views, DVDs, or VHS for the rest of your life, which would they be?
Ooh. That's a good question.
First one, top of the list, Rise and Fall of ECW. I'd probably throw Shawn Michaels, Heartbreak and Triumph or Tragedy, whatever the fuck it is. And I'd have to throw a pay-per-view in there, man. WCW Uncensored 96.
ECW One Night Stand 2006.
The second one?
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And I will say Mosquito.
Mosquito. Haven't heard of that one.
No, sorry. It just kind of flew in there. I can't think of third. You know what? WrestleMania 26 for the second Taker and Shawn match.
You would really pick One Night Stand 06 over 05?
Yep.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Shelby?
So, this is wrestling's dried up. You know, there's a potential for people in the future not to know what wrestling is, basically, right?
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
I don't like where this is heading.
I don't think it's that bad. So I'm thinking pay-per-views, and I want to span across multiple decades. So first one's going to be WrestleMania 17.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go with Starrcade 83, the first Starrcade with Race and Flair.
Okay.
And for the final one, I go Royal Rumble 04.
Royal Rumble 04.
Benoit.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad as I thought you were heading there.
Yeah.
I really thought you were about to name some kooky shit.
Well,
like
I mean,
Bob
I can't
Holly
name...
and Brock Lesnar.
Oh, God.
Hey, Holly should have won.
Yeah, you should have. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, and the final question comes from Stug138, and that is, what did we think of the Power Rangers gear that Xavier Woods and Kofi wore on Monday?
That's what that was?
Yeah, apparently.
Really? You didn't recognize it?
No.
Oh my God, you uncultured fucking swine.
I should have, because I love Power Rangers, but
obviously not enough.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking great. Well, to be honest, I didn't realize that was the White Ranger one because I was in the fucking Thunderdome for 12 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if anybody goes back and watches like the first like few minutes of the entrances up until like, I don't know, the first few minutes of the match of Xavier Woods and Randy Orton, look for me in the Thunderdome. Because they threw my ass out. I think they saw I was wearing a Velveteen Dream shirt, and they're just like, "Oh, I don't think so, Scooter."
Yeah, probably.
Actually, it's very possible that they threw you out for that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Hey, I lasted longer than last time. I lasted 4 seconds last time. So,
yeah.
They just saw my ass last time. They were like, "Nope," you know. I thought it was pretty good. I thought that once I noticed the Green Ranger one on Kofi, I was like, "Oh, that's sick," you know. All right, so those were all the questions this week. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to hit the mic there. So now it is time for our vintage picks of the week, and I actually wrote mine down. I was a step ahead this time here, so
wow, you're prepared. The
know,
guy
right?
who runs the podcast's actually prepared for once.
I know. Actually, I had everything ready this time when I called them. They had Sports for List of the Week ready and shit. Even though I almost
you didn't have your drinks ready though.
I didn't have my drinks ready. No.
Yeah, you should be more prepared next time.
No, you should fucking suck my dick. So the vintage pick of the week. Shelby, what's your vintage pick of the week?
So my vintage pick of the week is from Great American Bash 1989.
I knew I should have said the fucking joke of like, what 80s fucking match are you gonna make me watch?
For the World Heavyweight Championship, Ric Flair and Terry Funk.
Wasn't that 2 out of 3 falls or some shit?
No, there was a lot of interference. I don't think that was 2 out of 3 falls. Though.
Really? The guy who fucking just bitched for like an hour and a half straight about interference suggests a match with fucking a lot of interference in it.
Listen.
You are shitting me.
Listen.
Yeah, that's...
Listen. It's different when your whole pay-per-view has interference on every match but one. There's a difference.
And that was a battle royal too, so.
Yeah.
I quit. Vintage pick of the week.
So it's a segment from Raw 1000. It's the Rock's concert for Vicky Guerrero as he parodies Eric Clapton.
Huh. I don't even remember that.
Me neither.
And mine.
So get your ass to the airport, take a one-way flight because Biatch, you look horrible tonight.
Because Biatch, you look horrible tonight.
I do kind of want to watch the first Rock concert again, though.
And believe it or not, though, what year was your pick from, Shelby?
89.
I think actually mine is actually older.
No way.
I know. Mine is actually from an episode of Tuesday Night Titans.
I have a question about Titans.
Okay.
Is there actually wrestling on Titans?
No.
Okay.
No. It is actually I found myself going to watch this every now and then when I would use the network, and it's actually on the Hulk Still Rules DVD as well. So if you have that, you can pop this in. But I don't know. There's a segment from Tuesday Night Titans where Hulk Hogan is on, and he does this whole thing where he makes like a protein shake. And I don't know. I just always find it really entertaining to watch. And he introduces the Hulk Hogan protein powder. Oh, no, Python powder. I'm sorry.
Python powder.
Python powder. And he has the Hulk Hogan. What do they call it? Something Python packs with it's vitamins.
What?
And, yeah, he had vitamins. And you take the vitamins, and then he proceeds.
And you say your prayers.
Yeah, apparently. You say your prayers, make fun of the little black kids. I don't know.
And this show's off the air.
You make fun of the little black kids, and you go have sex with your friend's wife and record it. I don't know. I don't know. I think I lost something in translation there.
Yeah,
but anyway,
maybe.
He then proceeds to make a like his version of a fucking protein shake. So he then uses water because milk is for baby brothers. His words, not mine. And then he uses his protein powder. He swallows all the vitamins, and then he puts like fruits and water, and he puts a whole fucking egg, the shell and all, man, into the fucking blender. And he has Vince try it, and Lord Alfred Hayes is on there. And the ending of it, he's just like Vince is like, wow, that's actually quite good, you know. And he's like, Alfred, awful Alfred is what he calls him, awful Alfred. And he's like, awful Alfred, you gotta try it. And he tries it, and Alfred ends the segment by just running off screen, like throwing up. Okay, it's a great segment. I always like it.
I find it hard to believe Vince had any kind of food or drink or anything that he enjoyed after like all the stuff you hear about him. He just attacks food and doesn't like it and just eats it for fuel.
Like the vitamins he pulls out, like it's like fucking 12 vitamins. And like even Alfred Hayes is just like, you think you should take all those? And Vince is like, well, if the Hulk approves it, then it's good. It's such a good segment. I don't know why. I find it oddly fucking entertaining shit. I don't know why. It's so good. Yeah, that's my vintage figure week. Find Hulk Hogan making a protein drink on Tuesday Night Titans. It's so good. Oh my god. So, there's the bell. So you know what that means. That signifies the end of the 3-Way dance on this supersized episode. We went 2.5 hours here.
Yeah.
So, next week, I am going to spoil right now. Next week, even though WWE starts their, or I think it's this week they start their top 50 greatest tag teams. We're not going to do that until they complete the whole list. So we have the whole list to work with here. So, Nick, Shelby, for next week, I want you guys, because it's going to be about a week process for you guys here. So next week, we are actually going to talk about our top 10 favorite matches ever. So you have a whole week. Yeah, so you have a whole week to figure that out. It could be from anywhere, WWE, WCW, NWA, whatever, you know. So we'll have a whole week to figure that out. Plus, we'll, of course, do the news cycle, all that good stuff there. And then you'll hear this on the 3-Way Dance podcast channel, as you'll be hearing it on my channel as well. So for Shelby, for Nick, and for me, the Artist Version 1, we will see you then. So until next time, be breezy.